board that acts like a mobile generator, you can use F-150 to take your tailgate to the next level. Visit your local Ford dealer today. The Alabama Crimson Tide and Ford F-150. Greatness starts here. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey, son, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it. Navigating without a compass, eyes waiting, started to wonder. Metamorphosis, the loss of who your doctor is.
When your kid can't find the language, help them find the lyrics. Listen to the Sound It Out album and get tips and tools to start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Alabama and LSU tied at 7 with 7:14 remaining in the first quarter. Jalen Milroe with a 23-yard rushing touchdown. So with that rushing touchdown, you can score a free donut with the purchase of a beverage from Dunkin'. Bama runs on Dunkin'. Good to see that for Jalen Milroe as he capped the Bromberg scoring drive. 5 plays, 76 yards, 2 minutes, 28 seconds off the clock as Alabama has pulled even with LSU.
The Bromberg scoring drive, 5 plays, 76 yards in 2 minutes and 28 seconds. And now Bama getting set to kick it away. Caleb Jackson is deep for LSU. Here's the kick by Reichert. Fair catch being made at the goal line by Jackson. And LSU will start with that touchback on the 25-yard line. What do you think Bama learned on that first possession? Christian, what are they going to have to do to make sure what happened moments ago doesn't happen again?
Well, Eli, first off, they got to get a little more pass rush. They got to affect Jaden Daniels more and make sure they contain him in the pocket. But it looked like there was some bad communication in the secondary. Safety had bad eyes and let the guy get behind him. So hopefully they do a better job not letting those receivers take the top off the defense.
All right, Christian, here's Logan Diggs as the running back. The tight end, Kamorian Pimpton, is in motion. Here's the quarterback looking right, throwing, nearly intercepted and knocked down. They were looking for Kyron Lacey, but Terry and Arnold jumped that play and was that close to picking it off.
Yeah, we talked about getting in the back hip or the back pocket of all these receivers. Terry and Arnold doing a good job of keeping that left hand off of the receiver and fighting the ball away, batting it away with his right.
Empty backfield, LSU. 5 men are in the formation. 3 to the right side, 2 to the left. Jaden Daniels comes to the line of scrimmage. He will audible against the din of this crowd. He gets the snap, takes it off himself. He's got a first down and more. He's going to be running it out towards midfield and taken down at the 49-yard line.
So they spread you out and they're trying to get a light box. They had 5 Alabama defenders in the box. Deontay Lawson overcommitted. He thought the ball was going to go to the right side of the line. He overcommitted and Jaden Daniels cut it back to the left. Nobody was home.
34 yards later, LSU will snap it from near midfield. Logan Diggs in motion, comes back behind the quarterback, then steps up to the right rear of the quarterback, gets the handoff, runs up on the left side of the line, and finds some running room. But Tim Smith, who was featured by Tyler on the pregame show, comes up to make a big stop. It'll be a pickup of a yard and a half on the play.
Christian always talks about winning your box, winning your one-on-one up front. It's still a short 3-yard gain, but a very good, productive defense or first play for Alabama.
Again, empty backfield. 5 people in the formation. Bama's defense signaling wildly. Here now the snap and a whistle and a flag. And somebody moved on the offense.
Full start. Offense. Number 2. 5-yard penalty. remains second down.
That's the first penalty of the day. Kyron Lacey. He transferred to LSU from the University of Louisiana. And he is guilty on that flag. So now a 2nd and 12. Ball is at LSU's own 47. We've got 5:43 to go. Opening quarter of a 7-7 ball game. Quarterback comes up to the line of scrimmage. Kane is the setback. Play clock 3, 2, timeout LSU. It'll be their second.
Timeout LSU. It is their second.
So the crowd, as we talked on the tail end of the Tennessee game a few weeks ago, having an effect again here today.
Yeah, you limit communication with the noise. Jane Daniels obviously having a hard time with all the motions that they like to do pre-snap, of getting everybody lined up, recognizing what the defense was going to do, and then getting in the appropriate place. So great job by this crowd here early on, and already LSU burning 2 timeouts.
Now we're going to take our third break of this first quarter. It's Alabama and LSU tied at 7 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Get your game face on and roll Tide with Shoe Station. As a proud sponsor of Alabama football, Shoe Station is the place to shop for game day style and trends. With a store in Tuscaloosa, 2 convenient locations in Birmingham, and stores all over the Gulf Coast, you can score big with our massive assortment of men's, women's, and kids' shoes from all the top brands. Check out shoestation.com/Bama today to shop game day ready shoes. Shoestation.com/Bama.
What widens the eyes, tightens the stomach, and flutters the heart. Adrenaline. Feel it for yourself in the Toyota RAV4, Camry, Corolla, and Tacoma. Get 2.9% APR for 36 months on a new 2023 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places. Offer valid through December 5th, 2023. $0 for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.04 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Tied at 7 with 5:31 left to go in the first quarter. Again, Tide fans reminded to stay up to date with all recommended vaccinations with flu season coming. COVID-19 continues to affect our community, so don't wait. Vaccinate. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMN today.
4 wide receivers for LSU as we go with a 2nd and 12 now. Ball is at LSU's own 47. Here's a low snap. Daniels picks it up, looks to the right side, throws in a double coverage, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. But there is an Alabama player down, and they are signaling for assistance. Jalen Key is on the ground. The other guys who were out there with him on coverage began waving to the far sideline to get the trainers to come on out there. It was Caleb Downs and Jalen Key, and Key just rolling around at the time of the injury, grasping his midsection and his left hip area. And the trainers are out there checking on him. And now he gets up, as you can tell by the roar of the crowd, and assisted by the trainers. He'll walk very slowly and tentatively, but it's to the Alabama sideline, and that's good.
And he's doing it unassisted as well.
Yeah.
And he came down awkward on that leg and immediately went to holding it, so it's good to see him up walking on his own weight.
And this injury timeout has been brought to you by Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, the official sports medicine provider for the Alabama Crimson Tide football team.
So far, Each team with 5 bank first downs.
So now Christian Story will come in to replace Jalen Key at that safety position. He's gotten a lot of reps over the last several weeks. But here a very critical 3rd down early on in this game.
Story, the senior from Lynette, Alabama. Josh Williams now in at running back for LSU. 5:24 to go on the opening quarter. 7-7 score. Here's a 3rd down and 12 for LSU. They'll work it off their own side of the 50-yard line. Quarterback snap, comes back. Standing in and throwing near side. Catch is made. Caught by Mason Taylor, the tight end. And let's see where he dove out of bounds. Did he get the first down or not? It looks like it'll be short by about a yard. It's going to be 4th and 1, and they're going to go for it. Brian Kelly says, let's go for it. But they'll go out of the shotgun. Jaden Daniels standing back at the 48-yard line. He's got a running back to his right. Low snap. Daniels rolls right and throws. Knocked away. Beautifully done by Malachi Moore, who read that play in the flat. He was heading to Brian Thomas Jr., and Malachi floated over to make a great truck work stop for the Crimson Tide defense.
Every big-time stop by Bama presented by Truckworks, the official commercial truck dealer of the Crimson Tide. 13 locations across the Southeast to keep your business rolling.
So all the motion that takes place prior to the snap, you're thinking LSU's just going to try to draw us off. Instead, they go to the old trusty pick play, one that they got the 2-point conversion on in last year's game in overtime to beat Alabama. But Malachi Moore recognized it. He stayed off and drove on the ball and was able to bat it away.
So now it's a 1st and 10, Alabama. 4:43 to go in the opening quarter, tied at 7. Ball is on the Tide's 42. Here on the near side. Quick release from Milroe. Finds the circling Isaiah Bond for the first time tonight. And he'll get out to the 49-yard line.
Several times Alabama has gotten their wide receivers into the flat and gotten rid of the football very quickly. Puts a lot of pressure on that LSU defense as they're having to run laterally, and that will only open up the running opportunities up the middle.
2 wideouts to the left side on a 2nd down and 2.5. Milroe looks to the far side, gets the play, relayed in. Jace McClellan shifts to the right rear of the quarterback. Milroe stands in, looks long, he'll throw it too far. He had to unload in a hurry, and he was waiting for Amari Niblack to get downfield, but he really didn't have the time to do that cleanly.
Braden Swenson, the LSU defensive end, came pretty much scot-free around the right side of our offensive line. And Milroe did a really nice job of stepping up in the pocket. I thought he was going to get sacked, and he was able to just get rid of it. That's a safe throw, though. You throw it out there far, you still have 3rd and short.
So it is 3rd down and 3. Football is at Bama's own 49-yard line. Here now, handoff, far side. McClellan, he'll run it across midfield and pick up the first down. Another bank first down for Alabama.
And I thought we caught LSU with 12 men on the field as well as they were trying to substitute.
Illegal substitution. Defense. The 12th player did not get off the field prior to the snap. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
But because of your success on first down, you set up a 2nd and short. You can take the home run shot, and even if you don't get it, you go right back to the ground and are able to convert the first down, even with 12 guys on the field. It's pretty impressive.
Exactly. So Alabama now 1st and 10 with 3:43 to go in the first quarter. 7-7 the score. Here Milroe on the give to Jace. He'll float to his left, turn it upfield, picks up a couple of yards on the pickup. If you're just joining us, we had a 46-yard Jaden Daniels to Malik Neighbors touchdown earlier, and then Jalen Milroe runs for 23 yards to tie the ball game as we near the end of the first quarter. 3:10 to go in this first period. Jam Miller checks in at the tailback spot now for the Crimson Tide. 2 wides left, 1 right. Looking left as Milroe throws. Catch is made, and spinning away is Isaiah Bond after making the grab. And that extra move got him another bank first down.
Quick hitter, just a 5-yard hitch, but you're getting rid of the football quickly. Major Burns for LSU comes up, unable to make the tackle because Isaiah Bond dipped his shoulder and advanced it north and south and was able to convert it for a first down.
Now Jalen Hale goes off the field. Here's Kobe Prentice, comes to the near side. On a 1st and 10, Alabama from the 34 of LSU. We've got 2:25 to go in the opening quarter. Milroe, shotgun, gets it, has protection, stands in, looks long, wide open near side. Catch is made by Alabama for another big first down. Isaiah Bond. He was finally hit by Sage Ryan and put down, but that time, Christian, Alabama had it all dialed in.
They did, Eli. I watched that right there. I watched it come along, and I knew he was going to hit Isaiah Bond right there. Great job, Taylor Milroe, sitting in the pocket, delivering a strike right there to Isaiah Bond.
So Bama in the Chick-fil-A red zone now, starting from the 14-yard line of LSU. Here's Oots in motion. Robbie returns to the left of the formation. Here's the fake give, and the keeper by Milroe. He'll float down to the right side of the line and then get the corner before stepping out of bounds at about the 7.
I think this was another quarterback design inside the red zone. You got numbers to your advantage. And I tell you, Jalen Miller did a really nice job of allowing the blocks up front to develop. He snuck it inside and then bounced it back to the outside as the blocks were coming open. Robbie Oots doing a good job out there in front as well.
Oots, Dupree, and Nyblack. Now the 3 tight ends in for Alabama. Jan Miller remains on the field at the tailback spot. The quarterback is under his center. Milroe waits. On the give, Jam Miller jams his way forward to the 5-yard line. So Jamarian Miller, they call him Jam, following Dupree and Oots to get inside the 5 to the 4. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. With 40 seconds to go, Bama 2 of 3 in 3rd down conversions.
Nothing fancy here. Just get underneath center, pick up the first down.
Here now, Milroe ran into his own man as he goes left in a hurry, and he carries it in for a touchdown. Boy, he wasted no time on that play, Milroe did.
These short yardage situations, a lot of the times the defense will just put everybody underneath the center, anticipating the quarterback sneak to come. It was almost that push that we always talk about that Jalen Hurts does so well. I think that Milroe recognized the weakness on the left side of the line and said, I'm going to take advantage of this. Not only to pick up the first down, he was able to get the touchdown, his second of the night.
He got a 23-yard touchdown run earlier, now a 4-yarder. And here comes the extra point. That is up and good by Will Reichard. Puts him now 32 points away from the NCAA all-time scoring record. And the Crimson Tide now on top by a score of 14-7.
Looking awfully good offensively outside of that first possession. Really dominating up front, putting ourselves in favorable 3rd down situations. And Jalen Milroe taking care of the football, finding the open receivers, taking advantage of a weak secondary to create separation and move the chains down. That's an impressive 2 drives in a row for Alabama.
The Bromberg scoring drive. 9 plays, 58 yards in 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Crimson Tide just scored from inside that Chick-fil-A red zone. You can download the Chick-fil-A app to claim your free Chick-fil-A offer by midnight tonight. Offer is now redeemable at participating Alabama Chick-fil-A restaurants next week, Monday through Friday.
And not to take anything away from Christian and his defense, all of it started on the 4th down stop by the Alabama defense.
Exactly right. I'll tell you, though, this has got to give you a comfortable feeling on the sideline. Maybe comfortable is not the right word, at least an air of confidence.
You got to stop. Yeah, that's a check mark. You took advantage of it, and you were able to run the ball down their throats, push the ball through the air, protect up front. Yes, I'm checking a lot of boxes right now.
Caleb Jackson is deep for the LSU Tigers. The first kick to him was a touchback. Will Reichert now getting set to boot it away left to right as you listen. Football is in the air, end over end. Jackson's coming out to the 4, to the 10, to the 14, and he gets it again. As you and I were talking earlier, so many guys try to run the ball out when they should just take a knee, with the rules being what they are, and get it on the 25. Here he brings it out, and he gets out to, somewhere around the 20-yard line. Hubbard with the special teams tackle for the Crimson Tide that time. So now, with 19 seconds remaining in the quarter, LSU will start 1st and 10, officially at their own 16-yard line. Logan Diggs, the running back. Mason Taylor, the tight end, shift wide to the left side. Here's the give to Diggs, and Diggs will keep those legs going and carry the pile out across the 20 to the 22-yard line, and that's where this first quarter is going to come to an end, as Alabama has a 14-7 lead over the LSU Tigers after one period of play here in Tuscaloosa. Back in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm Ashley Johnston, and I'm an organ donor.
I'm Rob Vaughn, and I'm an organ donor.
I'm Patrick Murphy, and I'm an organ donor.
I'm Nick Saban, and I'm an organ donor.
I'm Nate Oates, and I'm an organ donor.
And I'm Tyler Watts. I'm also an organ donor. Saving a life has never been easier. You can register online at legacyofhope.org. Give the gift of life. Be an organ donor.
NASCAR's most intense action-packed racing at a track where you feel it, hear it, and see it, unlike anywhere else.
Anybody that asks me when they're going to their first race, I'm sending them here.
This is the hottest ticket in NASCAR. Don't miss the And Better Health 400 weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway, February 23rd to the 25th. Get your tickets at atlantamotorspeedway.com.
And your scores are presented live this evening by Alabama Power, proud to support the Crimson Tide. It is 7:28. I'm Brian Houseworth. Kentucky leading state right now, 7-0. Second quarter, lots of cowbells in Starkville. Auburn beating Vanderbilt. First time in Nashville since 2003. They win 31-15. Number 3, Michigan leading Purdue 17-0 in the second quarter. And 20th ranked USC with Caleb Williams, a quarterback, leading number 5 Washington 14-7 second quarter at the Coliseum. Let's send you back right now to Bryant-Denny Stadium. Take it away, Roger.
Thank you so much, Brian. The first quarter recap is presented by Knox Pest Control. With over 80 years of experience, Knox Pest Control has been serving the communities of Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and North Florida, offering pest control, wildlife control, and lawn care. Call 877-KNOX-PEST or visit KnoxPest.com. Knox knocks them out. LSU went in front 7-0 on the 46-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels to Malik Neighbors, but since then we've seen 2 rushing touchdowns by Alabama's Jalen Milroe to put the Crimson Tide in front 14-7. Tonight's game between the Crimson Tide and the Tigers is presented by PNC Bank. PNC Bank is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Again, the score as we get set to begin the second quarter, it's Alabama 14, LSU 7. We are live inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth where you can feel good about your money. Once again on the call, here's Eli Gold.
Hi, Roger. Thank you. Bama with 144 yards to LSU's 113. Bama has thrown for 86 and run for 58. LSU has thrown for 63 and run for 50. There's been 1 penalty on either side. First downs, Bama with 9, LSU with 5. Sacks, 1 for LSU, none for the Crimson Tide, and Bama 1 of 1 in the red zone. Logan Diggs is the running back. on a 2nd and 5 from his own 22 as we begin the second quarter. 14-7 Bama. Snap is low to the quarterback. He'll pick it up and looks for running room, and he gets outside. Daniels cuts. He's back to the right sideline, and he steps out at the 50. I'll tell you, he's dangerous. He goes for 28 yards when for a moment I thought he would go nowhere.
Yeah, that's tough, too. Chris Braswell had his hands on him there in the backfield, but was trying to fight off of a blocker and was unable to come up with a tackle.
So now from the 50-yard line, Jaden Daniels with a running back to his right. He sends the tight end, Mason Taylor, to his left. The running back now shifts to the left of the quarterback, gets the handoff, and goes nowhere. He goes right up the middle. They'll give him a yard as he falls forward, but Jaheim Otis and Deontay Lawson had him pretty well corralled.
And Damon Payne also substituting in on that defensive front, getting a lot of snaps here early on, in on the tackle as well.
Logan Diggs stays in at the running back spot. The junior from Louisiana. Wideouts, 3 on the near side, 1 on the left side. 13:54, time remaining first half. Bama by a touchdown. Man in motion to the far side. Here's the quarterback standing in, looking left, looking right. Now he's being chased. He'll load up and throw, and it is going to be caught beautifully inside the 30 by Malik Neighbors. Boy, he came to the rescue to his quarterback, and he came back, left the defense behind him, and a 22-yard pickup.
Yeah, only a 4-man rush by the Alabama defensive front, and that secondary just had to hold up too long. They did a really good job for about 4 seconds, but once Jaden Daniels broke containment and got out on the perimeter, he was able to find Neighbors for the first down.
Brian Thomas splits wide to the left side. Everybody's in tight on the right side. Here's the tight end, Taylor in motion. He stops, comes back from whence he came. Quarterback stands in, looks and throws. It's tipped and nearly intercepted, but the tip was enough. But Deontay Lawson thought he might be able to pull it down off the deflection. Either way, it's an incomplete pass.
And I think that was Otis that actually tipped that ball, and then it also ricocheted off Brian Thomas's hands. Would have been a huge turnover.
Alabama leads 14-7. 12:54 remaining in the opening half. On a second down and 10. Diggs, the running back. The quarterback, Daniels, steps up to the line. He'll audible. Play clock at 4, 3, 2. He'll get the snap off. Gives it up the middle, and there's nothing there for Logan Diggs. Nothing there. Alabama's Justin Aboigbe, Deontay Lawson, and all of their friends in crimson there to stock up the middle.
We always talk about your film study allows you to play fast. Deontay Lawson did not hesitate at all. He saw the run between the tackles, and he attacked that hole and prevented any gain by the LSU runner.
LSU, nothing of 1 and 3rd down conversions. Looking now at a 3rd and 10. In the shotgun. Tight end in motion from the right, back to the left of the formation. Here's the snap. Quarterback stands in. Quarterback runs up. Quarterback wishes he hadn't done that. He is just drilled by Justin Aboigbe. The first sack of the ball game for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Christian, that was a hit and a half.
It was, Eli, and that's what we've been wanting right there. You got to collapse the pocket on a guy like this. We saw what happens when you don't have proper rush lanes and you have those openings. He's going to exploit those. But right there, Jaden Daniels didn't have anything downfield. They collapsed the pocket, and they came up with a big sack right there on 3rd down.
The first Guthrie's sack of the ball game for Alabama. And now, from a 46-yard distance, here's Damian Ross to try the field goal. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is no good. It is no good. Alabama's defense holds. They take a 14-7 lead and get the ball back as soon as we return. Alabama and LSU, it's a dandy tonight here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
11:21 left to go in the second quarter. Alabama 14, LSU 7. Justin Eboigbe just supplied Alabama's 30th sack of the year. Bama's sack count is presented by Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers, an Alabama tailgate tradition and now an official partner of the Crimson Tide. Get a sackful at Guthrie's.
Sounds like a great idea, but we'll wait till the game's done so we can celebrate accordingly. Jace McClellan is the running back as Alabama goes 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line after that missed field goal. Here's Milroe, steps up. He is in trouble, and he is going down. It's going to be a sack. It'll be the second sack of the ball game for the LSU Tigers. Paris Shand, a defensive end from Toronto, Ontario, by way of the University of Arizona, is the man who records that sack. And it's now a 2nd down and 13. 10:52 to go in the half. Alabama on top 14-7. Jam Miller is the running back. He's lined up to the left rear of his quarterback. Now Milroe drops back as alongside of him. Keeps it after faking it to Jam. And Milroe, he passed a lick or two as he turned the corner on the near sideline. I'll tell you, everybody's throwing some hard blocks there. Javian Toviano was the man in the way there.
Yeah, you get your one-on-one up against a defensive back or cornerback, you got to take advantage of that. And right now, Milroe's feeling that energy that we were talking about earlier in the game.
Bama 3 of 4 in 3rd down conversions. Here's a 3rd and 8, football at their own 31. Jace McClellan is the running back. 3 wides to the right, 1 to the left. Milroe surveys. Now he steps up, then steps back. Play clock at 3, 2. He'll clap his hands. Get the snap. Rolls left. Throws it across the middle. McClellan was left alone. He makes the grab. He'll race down the left sideline. And he's all the way to the 25-yard line.
Well, sometimes you just got to play backyard ball. Nick Saban was just about to call timeout as the play clock was getting down inside of 3 seconds. Fortunately, he did not. Jalen Milroe felt pressure, moved a little bit to his left, and for the second time tonight has hit his check down for a big first down.
That was 42 yards worth of a check down right there. So with 9:20 to go until halftime, Alabama with a 14-7 lead. Here's a 1st and 10. Football at the 27 of LSU. Milroe leans forward. He'll audible. Play clock at 3, 2. He'll get the snap. However, there are flags on the play. And it looked like Bama might have jumped.
False start. Offense. Number 81. 5-yard penalty. remains first down.
C.J. Dupree, the tight end, a little over-anxious.
Yeah. Well, always frustrating. You know, you hold your lineup. We always talk about just a little bit of a glitch, but you hold your lineup there that long into the play clock, it's awfully difficult for them to not be anxious and ready to go.
Yeah. The late Kenny Stabler also always used to say, I told my guys, hold your water, is what he used to say. Hold your water. Don't jump. Here's a 1st and 15. Football at the 32-yard line of LSU. Milroe alone in the backfield. Looks to the right sideline and overthrows everybody into the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Kobe Prentice, but the play was not close to being consummated.
He had one-on-one coverage, so he went ahead and took a shot at a pretty good matchup. I like that matchup with Kobe Prentice, but Prentice did not look back for the ball. A lot of times he is not targeted on those type of situations and was unable to break free.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 15. Football now at the 32 of LSU. Bama in the crimson jerseys over the white pants. LSU the white jerseys over the gold pants. Here's Milroe keeping the football. He'll take off running and get inside 25 before Major Burns tackles him there.
All year long, Jalen Milroe has been very reluctant to pull the ball down and take advantage of his legs. He has not done that tonight, and it's been a huge difference.
It'll be a 3rd down and 7 now with 2, make it 3 wide outs on the right side. Bama 4 of 5 in 3rd down conversions. Milroe jumps it off to the left side where Roydale Williams has it, but he gets stacked up as soon as he makes the catch. Greg Penn, the linebacker, was there to celebrate that stop. And here comes Will Reichard. Reichard will try this one from 47 yards out. From this distance this year, he is 6 of 6 off the near hash mark. Kick is on the way. It is up. It is no good. No good. Boy, that's something you don't hear us say very often. Will Reichard, no good that time from 47 yards away.
That sucker just didn't come off of his foot right.
Yeah. You could tell it as soon as it launched into the air. So we've got timeouts with 7:14 to go until halftime. Alabama 14, LSU 7 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people just know the perfect time to hit the concession stand. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
Woo! Nice! I never miss a touchdown. Want a bite?
Yeah, he knows he's got a 6th sense for a snack break. Just like he knows that switching to Allstate can save drivers $468.
Saving $468 based on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2022 who switched to Allstate. Prices may vary based on how you buy. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
A caring man took a walk. He saw people suffering. Anxiety ran high. Hatred rose. I'll prepare a feast and bring them together, he thought. But some refused to join him. He was heartbroken because he wanted everyone to be filled. Not with food and wine, but with compassion.
Jesus welcomed all to the table. Visit HeGetsUs.com to learn more.
I've got a hot tip for you, but you have to hurry. Kohl's is giving early access to their Black Friday deals, which means big ways to save for the next 3 days. I just went and got my kids' Lego sets for 30% off, Levi's at 40% off, and with my 15% coupon, I got a Keurig coffee maker for just under $85, plus I earned Kohl's cash. So don't wait. Get Kohl's Black Friday deals early, and thank me later. Legos and Levi's coupons do not apply. Offers end November 5th. 15% offer valid through November 9th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Alabama 14, LSU 7 with 7 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Across the conference is presented by T-Mobile. T-Mobile bringing 5G to hometowns all across the SEC and a proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Earlier today on the SEC East Division races, Georgia taking a step forward towards an SEC Eastern Division title with a 30-21 win against Mizzou. So now the Dogs 9-0 on the season and 6-0 in the SEC race.
Mizzou stayed with them for a while. Couldn't quite put it away. All right, John Emery Jr. now in at running back. He's to the left side of Jaden Daniels, who picks up a low snap. The throw across the middle. Catch is made. Malik Neighbors stays on his feet and gets out to the 40-yard line and a first down on a pickup of 11 and a half.
Yeah, nice clean throwing lane for Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Downs doing a good job of not allowing yards after the catch.
Now with Kyron Lacey going wide to the left side, 2 wides to the near side, including Malik Neighbors. The single setback is Don Emery Jr. Quarterback Jaden Daniels in the pistol formation. Here's the give. No, Daniels will keep it himself as he scampers around the left side and gets out to Malachi Moore standing at the 45, who puts him down. So with 6:24 to go in the first half of play, here's a second down and 5. Empty backfield. 3 wides to the far side, 2 to the near side. Quarterback Daniels claps his hands once. Second time, gets the snap, throws the out route. Catch is made for a first down by Brian Thomas Jr., who'll fight his way to get that necessary yardage and the moving of the chains.
Soft coverage, short route, ball's in and out of the hands of Daniels. Easy first down completion.
Kyron Lacey goes wide to the far side. Single setback to the left rear of the quarterback. He'll now shift to the right rear of the quarterback. Quarterback looks left. Daniels trying to find somebody out of the backfield. Brian Thomas. Thomas down the left sideline, and he'll carry it across and out of bounds at the 25 of Alabama. So that was a 22-yard pickup on the play by Brian Thomas, the junior from Walker, Louisiana. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage with a single setback. There's motion at the line, and flags come flying in.
Offsides. Defense, number 96. In the neutral zone with contact. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Christian, we don't see Tim Keenan jump off very often.
We don't, and we definitely don't need that right now. The way this LSU team is driving down the field right now, we just got to keep more pressure on Jaden Daniels right now. We can't let him pick apart our secondary like that.
Second down and 5. First down and 5. After that penalty, football at the 20-yard line. Going to our right. Daniels in the shotgun. Tight end in motion. Here's the give. Looking for running room and getting maybe a yard is John Emery Jr., but Justin Aboigbe made sure he didn't go any farther. Boy, he's been playing well, Aboigbe.
He has been shedding blocks up front, being able to get into the backfield without overcommitting, and has done a really nice job here early on.
4 minutes, 10 seconds to go until halftime. 14-7 Alabama. Second down play upcoming for LSU. Tight end in motion to the right side. Defense creeps up. Quarterback looks left, throws behind the intended receiver. Emery coming out of the backfield. Incomplete.
Man-to-man coverage. Deontay Lawson had Emery coming out of the backfield. He was open and absolutely just dropped the ball. Otherwise, it's probably enough to pick up the first down. So high risk, high reward there for Alabama, as we're fortunate LSU is unable to come down with the catch.
LSU nothing of 2 in third down conversions today. Let's see whether Bama can dig in right here. From the 20-yard line, the Tide leading 14-7. 3:52 to go until halftime. Man in motion, far side, looking that way. A completion is made out of the backfield. Malik Neighbors makes the grab. Nobody was able to pick him up, and it's going to be a first down.
Well, Terry and Arnold had to follow him in man coverage all the way across the line of scrimmage, and he had to retreat in order to get around Malachi Moore and the other LSU receivers. So there was a huge cushion there for Jaden Daniels to hit the easy completion.
So now it's first and goal from the 9. LSU heading to the end zone to our right. The one that says Alabama across the middle of it. Red background with white letters. Off the far hash mark. Daniels gets the snap. Calls his own number. Gets to the 5. Cuts right. Takes a hit. And he walks it in for a touchdown. Jaden Daniels. He goes 9 yards to pick up his 6th rushing touchdown of the year.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that when LSU vacates the backfield, it's going to be a quarterback draw. Trez Marshall had an opportunity to wrap him up for a short gain. But Jaden Daniels was able to run through the arm tackle.
Now the extra point by Damian Ramos. The holder is Jay Bramblett. The snapper is Slade Roy. They have all done their job. And we have a timeout with 3:09 remaining in the opening half. Alabama and LSU all tied at 14 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. As much as you celebrate the game, Regions celebrates your financial wins even more. And like SEC fans, we'll never quit. Because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
3 minutes, 9 seconds left to go before halftime. It is Alabama and LSU now tied at 14. Tonight's game is presented by PNC Bank. PNC Bank is a proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
The fans just yelling. They showed Kid Rock on the giant screens here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And then he mouthed into the camera, "Roll Tide." Kendrick Law is deep for Alabama to field the kickoff. End over end kick. Law coming out from the 3 to the 15, 20, 25, 27-yard line. Well, he beat the odds there. A 24-yard return and gets out to the 27-yard line.
And that's why you do it, too, because you're one missed tackle away from taking that to the house.
Yeah, good point. 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Time remaining in the opening half. It's a 14-14 ball game. Bama has 191 yards of offense. LSU has 228. Jam Miller, Robbie Oots. They're both on the field for the Crimson Tide now. As Oots goes in motion to the right side of the formation. Here's the snap. Milroe tosses to Jam Miller. Jam comes upfield, but runs into a host of traffic, including Savion Jones, and he gets put down. There'll be no gain on the play.
Ball was able to get to the edge, but Oots was unable to hold his block out there on the perimeter. That's a big, tall task for a big tight end going against a smaller defensive guy.
So now from the far hash marks, going right to left as you listen. 2:34, time remaining in the half. We're tied at 14. Here's Milroe, looks, throws near side, reaching up and making the grab. And let's see, LSU's players say that Burton was out of bounds. The official says no, he was inbounds. But it is still going to be short of the first down.
Still manageable. The third,
yes.
About 3 and a long 3. You still have the run at your disposal if you want to go there. LSU has dialed up a lot of pressure in these situations, trying to get to Jalen Milroe and force him to get rid of the ball quicker than he would like.
3 of 6 in third down conversions. With Jam Miller to the right rear of the quarterback. Miller looks his way, and Milroe throws, finds Miller. Jam down the right sideline. Jam then tackled from behind and put down at the 30-yard line. So Jam Miller on the receiving end of a nice touch pass by Jalen Milroe for 37 yards.
It was beautiful. We talked about knowing where Harold Perkins was. Well, he was in coverage right there, and it was a great touch pass over the top of his head.
Now Milroe quickly gets the snap, keeps it, runs to the right sideline, and he'll step out of bounds before getting hit at the 27. So it's going to be a pickup of 7 on the play, make it 6 on the play. And with 1:35 to go until halftime, Alabama with all of their timeouts remaining. LSU has used 2 of theirs, but Bama's got all of theirs remaining. Here now with Jace McClellan, the running back. Here's Milroe, stands in, pumps a second time, throws towards a diving receiver, incomplete, looking for Kobe Prentice in the end zone. That was a dangerous pass in the first place. Major Burns was there on coverage.
Yeah, the ball was thrown to the inside as well. I really thought he had Knobloch work in the middle of the field, but didn't take advantage of that and push it to the edge.
And an LSU player now is down.
Timeout
on the field. That is Major Burns. I guess he's waiting for Hot Lips Houlihan to come out and resuscitate him.
I need to keep a list of MASH references over here as well.
I guess. Yeah, hopefully that'll be the end of them right there. He sits up, Burns does. And we've got timeout. Let's break away for these messages on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Important reminder, don't delay emergency care, especially for signs of life-threatening and severe illness and injury such as stroke, heart attack, trauma, and more. Ascension St. Vincent's ER care teams work quickly and listen to understand your health needs and deliver the care that's right for you and your family. Doctors and nurses are here for you 24/7, close to home. And you'll be connected to leading specialists and trusted providers for follow-up care. Visit ascension.org/St. Vincent's AL Care.
We've all been caught up in the little chores that pile up every day. The dishes in the sink, the trash that needs taking out, the pesky check engine light. Isn't it time to make a change and escape to a whole new world of possibilities? Where there's dinner without dishes, nights filled with adventure, and every day you feel like a winner. A little change can go a long way when you escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and on the Casinoverse app.
Alabama and LSU tied at 14 with still 1 minute, 28 seconds to go until halftime. And coming up, we will have the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report. Again, brought to you by Full Moon Barbecue. Now with 16 locations, there's always one near you. The best little pork house in Alabama. Join us coming up in 1:28 for the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody. Eli Gold, Tyler Watts, Christian Miller. Our engineer, producer, Tom Stipe. Our spotter, Butch Owens. Roger Hoover hosting the broadcast. Ethan Carabin manning the Royal Furniture booth cam. And there's an Alabama jump at the line of scrimmage.
They came across, and hopefully they drew us to move. They did have a defender on the defensive line step into the neutral zone before we moved. Now everybody's pleading their case.
Yep. Both teams are pointing at the opposite side.
Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Tyler Booker gets flagged there.
You know, the only thing that they potentially could say is he was not lined up across from Tyler Booker. But he most certainly was lined up across from him. I don't know how that's against us. He's in the neutral zone and caused us to move.
Yeah. All right, so here's a 3rd and 10. Football at the 33 of LSU. 1:28 to go in the half. Here's Milroe, runs up the middle. He cuts to his right. He's got the first down, and he steps out of bounds at the 21-yard line. When in doubt, Jalen, keep it yourself and go.
He has made some huge plays with his legs this evening, something we have not seen all night long. That was the biggest so far. You do not want to have to kick a field goal there and turn the ball back over to LSU. That's a huge pickup on 3rd and long.
So now with 1:20 to go until halftime, Jace McClellan checks in at running back spot. It's a 14-14 ball game. 3 wideouts to the near side. Jace to the right rear of the quarterback. Milroe looks. He fires to the left side. Overthrows the intended receiver, Isaiah Bond, who was wide open, standing at the 2.
Yeah, and he did the right thing. He was about to pull it down and run. In the last second, he saw Isaiah Bond just completely get lost in coverage, and the ball sailed on him. Otherwise, it's an easy touchdown. Shake that one off, play the next play.
And that's what they're going to do. 2nd down and 10. Football at the 22. Bond and Law are wide to the near side. 2 wideouts to the far side, including the tight end, Dupree. He comes in motion. Here now Milroe rolls right. He follows Jace McClellan, but gets bumped out of bounds very quickly. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Javian Toviano comes up to make the stop. Toviano wasn't going to start today. Zai Alexander was injured, and that gave Toviano the chance to play, and he has seen a good bit. Now, he loses his helmet on that tackle, Toviano does, so he's going to be replaced. And now it's going to be a 3rd down and 9 from the 21. 1:09 to go until the end of the half. We're tied at 14. Here's Milroe on the far hash mark, steps up. He's got running room. He turns it upfield. He turns on the afterburners, and he scores! 21 yards. Jalen Milroe. That's the hat trick. His 3rd touchdown of the night.
Heck of a job there. Another broken play there where Jalen Milroe uses his legs to break down this LSU defense. Sage Ryan was in coverage with Jace McClellan. He could not come up and take the quarterback because he had to stay into coverage. And Jalen Milroe at the last second turned on some speed I have not seen in a while and was able to outrun a linebacker for the score.
Extra point for Will Riker with a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play, so let's see.
Offsides. Defense, number 4. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is the try is good.
The try is good. That means that Reichard is now 31 points away from the all-time NCAA scoring record. The drive for Alabama, 9 plays. That's the Bromberg scoring drive, 9 plays, 74 yards in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And that breaks the tie with Alabama now on top by a score of 21-14 as we near intermission.
Boy, Christian, I love your opinion on this one. Only a minute to go. And most teams, that's not enough time to score. But this LSU offense is different. How do you attack them here with just a minute to go before half?
Well, if I'm Alabama's defense, I'm going to protect the sidelines because that's exactly where they're going to want to go. They're going to try to stop the clock as much as possible while driving down the field. And with as much production as we've seen out of this offense and Jaden Daniels' ability to scramble, I would not be surprised if they're in full attack mode trying to get some points, even if it's just a field goal. So Alabama's going to have to brace and know that they're probably going to try to put some points on the board, even though they get the ball come out in the second half.
Remember, they only have 1 timeout remaining now as Reichard booms this kickoff 9 yards deep in the end zone, and it then bounces out for a touchback. Hey, don't forget, coming up, the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report. Roger Hoover, you're going to be hosting it along with the whole crew. What you got?
Well, we'll take a look at all the stats and facts from the first snap. Brian Houseworth will also be along with a look at scores across the country as Alabama has a 7-point lead to protect here against LSU.
All right, that's coming up in just a moment or so. We've got a minute and 1 second remaining in this first half. Caleb Jackson now in at running back. The quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Jackson in motion, comes back. He gets the toss to him. He'll turn it upfield, but Bama was not fooled. They stayed right there. Jihad Campbell and others followed the play beautifully.
Yeah, and they had us on the edge there, but Chris Braswell did a good job of forcing everything back inside.
Now Logan Diggs checks back in at the running back spot for LSU. Here's a snap that's knee high. It's thrown to the far side, incomplete. There was nobody there. Shelton Sampson and Malik Neighbors were in the vicinity, probably intended for Neighbors, but it went off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, I think Neighbors kind of slipped coming out of his break there. Fortunate for Alabama, he did create a little bit of separation, but now another 3rd and long, and this is where Jaden Daniels is so deadly. You have good coverage, but you lose containment in your rush lane discipline, and he's able to break it and get the first down.
Folks, don't forget, coming up in just a moment, Christian and Coach Nick Saban, brought to you by Golden Flake Snack Foods. That's coming up here at the half. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper. He'll take off running, and he continues to run. He's to midfield. He's to the 40. He's thrown down to the turf at the 33-yard line. Exactly what you were talking about there, Tyler.
It's frustrating, and here with a minute to go, they're already in field goal range or just on the verge of it once again because you were not able to keep containment. When Jaden Daniels gets outside the tackles, he's awfully dangerous.
Trey Amos pulled him down and threw him to the carpet, and now here are flags everywhere. Motion Terrian Arnold, motion Justin Aboigbe. Let's see who was moving for LSU, because they reacted to the LSU guys.
Snap infraction, offense. LSU has elected to take their 3rd timeout to offset the 10-second runoff. Timeout, LSU.
So they will take their 3rd timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff. And we've got 24 seconds remaining in the first half.
And that's bigger than we probably realize right now. At least we hope that it is. The fact that they had to burn all their timeouts, 2 of them when you really wouldn't have wanted to, and then here to prevent a 10-second runoff. Anything in the field of play, clock short of the first down, obviously clock's going to keep going, but even after a first down, you're really limited in the number of snaps that LSU has now and their ability to attack the middle of the field. Boy, we need a sack right here.
Damian Ramos has hit a 48-yard field goal against Missouri this year, which is his career high. Here now the snap. Standing in is Daniels. He's taken off. He's got running room. He's to the 25-20. 15, cuts to the right. He's being taken towards the sideline. Oh, and there's a hard hit against LSU. And there's going to be whistles and flags there. Bama's got players down. Terry and Arnold and Caleb Downs. Here come all the trainers across the way, hustling to the scene.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block. Offense, number 1. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. First down.
Aaron Anderson, a wide receiver, guilty of that big block, and now jumping up is Terry and Arnold, and walking off a bit slower, but is walking off is Caleb Down. So apparently everybody's going to be all right, but I'll tell you that penalty is going to be significant right here.
Yeah, and hopefully Terry and Arnold's okay. I think he probably just got the wind knocked out of him, because that's a hard hit when you're not expecting it. It kind of gets scary, but then you're all right once you catch your breath.
Yeah. We've got 13 seconds remaining in the half, with Alabama's on top 21-14.
The 15-yard penalty. The 15-yard penalty is beyond the line of game. It'll be first down and 1.
Well, you don't see many of those down and distances.
No.
But more importantly, clock burned, and they're still just right there outside the 25.
Trey Amos is in. Here's the snap. Back to the quarterback, Jalen Daniels. He's standing at the 30-yard line. He backpedals to the 35, throws it across the middle. Catch is made, and spinning move in for a touchdown is Lacey. Kyron Lacey, 26 yards on the reception with 5 seconds remaining until halftime.
That's not good. Over and over this season, LSU has driven the length of the field right before half and put points on the board. It's your biggest concern. Christian Story jumped the route and was unable to come up with the interception, batted away, or come up with a tackle, and you gave LSU a touchdown.
Extra point try coming up by Damian Ramos. With 5 seconds to go until the end of the half. Jay Bramblett is the holder. Slade Roy the snapper. And the kick by Ramos is up and good. So a 26-yard touchdown. Lacey from Jaden Daniels. And the Bromberg scoring drive will be 5 plays, 75 yards in 56 seconds. That's what you're talking about, Tyler.
Yeah.
The efficiency of moving it up the field like that.
And it's always on big chunk plays, 1 or 2 big plays where you lose containment, and Jaden Daniels is able just to absolutely slash you and kill you with these 20, 30, 40-yard runs, and then still be able to get out of bounds. And I still go back to this. If we make that tackle, even at the 5-yard line, it's going to be very tough for LSU to come away with anything other than a field goal right there.
Yeah. Well, there's still lots of football to play. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be a bouncing squib kick taken by Oots. And Robbie's got it across the 40, and the clock stops with 2 seconds remaining. So there'll be a play to go here for the Crimson Tide. And don't forget, the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report is coming up as soon as we move aside. LSU curious about the clock.
Well, your mind gets to thinking here. LSU's secondary is not very good. You know that Jalen Milroe can throw this, but the last thing you want to do is make a mistake.
Yeah.
Or get Jalen hurt as well as he's playing.
Yeah. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Alabama from their own 41-yard line. They've got 4 men playing the prevent defense back at their own, inside their own 30, between the 25 and the 30. Here's Milrose, steps back, rolls right. He gets outside. There's a flag. Could be a hold there as Milroe gets out and runs out of bounds on the far sideline. We'll wait and see exactly.
Holding. Offense, number 65. The penalty is declined. The half is over.
And the half is over on that hold by J.C. Latham.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, but you got to be smart. And I think Jalen Milroe understood the fact that, hey, we have a penalty right here. Just get out of the ball, get out of this half. Let's don't throw the ball down the field and risk any sort of either injury to yourself or an interception.
So, Coach Nick Saban talking to the officials near midfield, and we'll find out from Christian what he had to say to the officials as the coach makes his way to the end zone to our right. He and Christian, brought to you by Golden Flake Snack Foods. Gentlemen.
Coach, a tight ball game through one half of play. How important is it going to be to neutralize Jaden Daniels in the second half?
Well, it's the whole thing, man. The guy's killing us with the scrambles. We're not, keeping him in the pocket. We're playing a lot of match coverage, so there's nobody to break on the ball, when he does scramble. So, we got spies on him. The spies can't get him on the ground. So that's the whole key to the drill. I mean, big play in that thing was his run, 50-yard run. So anyway, that's what we got to do, and got to keep doing a good job on offense, keep scoring points.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Coach.
So that is Christian Miller and Coach Nick Saban down on the field. And, Christian, your thoughts about the first half of play?
Well, I agree 100% with Coach Saban. I mean, all those big plays, just like Tyler has been saying, really have been coming on the ground with Jaden Daniels' legs, and that's what I'll say in pregame. You've got to stop his running ability. Obviously, the guy can throw the football, but when he's running the football at will, just like he is in this first half, it's extra hard to stop him. So we've got to clean that up offensively. We've been doing a good job. We put 21 points on the board, which is nice. LSU's going to get the ball going into the second half, so it's going to be imperative that this defense steps up and finds a way to stop him. Like Coach Saban said, we're playing match coverage. Guys' backs are turned, so it's going to be vital that the defensive line and that spy is doing the right job and getting in a hold of Jaden Daniels and not letting him scramble for so many yards.
Yeah, absolutely. And so far, we've gotten 2 turnovers, a missed field goal, a couple of fourth-down conversions that LSU attempted they did not get, so it is very doable for this Alabama defense.
Gentlemen, we're going to take a break here at halftime, tied at 21 all. It's going to be a dandy of a second half. Coming up, the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report with Roger and the crew, so don't go away. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer here to enjoy another great football season with y'all. And guess what? The salmon are running, so make sure you try our delicious lemon garlic salmon. And for you land lovers, try our sizzling char-grilled flat iron Callaway steak, complemented with our special shrimp etouffee. And you'll definitely want to tackle our Alabama hot chicken, smothered in our zesty and tangy, immune-boosting special Alabama hot sauce. Baumhauer's legendary fun and legendary food.
Bama's football tradition includes 18 national championships and 29 SEC titles. Reminds me of another winning tradition, Cook's Pest Control and the Centricon system, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. I have peace of mind knowing that my home is protected by Cook's and Centricon. Discover how affordable it is to protect your home. Make the right call. Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, looky, looky. Here comes Cookie. Cook's Pest Control.
Champions never give in. That's why Cadence Bank is the teammate to help you get the extra yardage you need to secure victory in your financial journey. Whether you're saving for a dream home, starting a business, or just need to tackle everyday life, we have the teammates, tools, and strategy to help you stay in the game. Dreams are in reach for those who never give up. Visit cadencebank.com to learn more. That's cadencebank.com. Your team, your cadence. Cadence Bank, member FDIC.
Sports not only bring us together, they inspire us on our own health journeys. Whether we're walking an extra lap, crushing a new goal, or spending time with friends cheering in the stands. We all win when we feel healthier and happier. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama is a proud sponsor of athletic programs across the state. Because a healthier Alabama is a happier Alabama. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
This is the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Full Moon Barbecue, the best little porkhouse in Alabama. Alabama football is also brought to you by BASF, we create chemistry, and by Sherwin-Williams. Looking for a color change? Ask Sherwin-Williams. Shop online or at your local store.
Halftime in Tuscaloosa, it is Alabama and LSU tied at 21. Welcome back to Bryant-Denny Stadium. I'm Roger Hoover. The game stats and facts are brought to you by Cadence Bank. Your team, your Cadence. Alabama led at the end of the first quarter 14-7, and then the Tigers outscored the Crimson Tide 14-7 in the second quarter. So we have a tie game, all even at 21. The prescription for success in the second half is presented by Payless Drugs. Payless Drugs, your locally owned family pharmacy with 4 locations in the Birmingham area. Payless can handle your prescriptions, over-the-counter solutions, and home delivery. Visit mynewpharmacy.com to pay less. Coach Saban and Christian said it a moment ago, contain Jaden Daniels. 8 carries, 137 yards, and a touchdown this game. Daniels has also thrown for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns for LSU. In football, there's always a winner and a loser, but when it comes to Great Southern Barbecue, there's only one winner. Full Moon Barbecue, voted one of America's top 10 barbecue joints, and now with 16 locations to serve you. You're listening to the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. I get our score at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Alabama and LSU tied at 21. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Chevron with Techron has unbeatable engine cleaning power, and it gives you unbeatable mileage for all kinds of unbeatable destinations, like time in the sun at the beach, or time in the sun riding roller coasters, or a day in the sun hiking mountains. Well, probably just one mountain would be enough for a day, but hiking a mountain is still an unbeatable choice for how to spend time. Download the Chevron app now to get unbeatable mileage at locations near you.
Red Diamond knows that prepping for the perfect holiday meal isn't always easy. From making sure there's an option for your cousin Steve from Chicago,
I require a plant-based diet,
to making sure your father-in-law's favorite is on the table.
Boiled Brussels sprouts? Gross!
The holidays can be hard. Thankfully, you've got fresh brewed Red Diamond iced tea. It's the perfect sip of pure perfection that always brings people together. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the whoops. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can't run, but you can't drive high. You can't run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university. Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
And a pleasant good evening, my friends, across the great state of Alabama and the southeastern United States. Our time is 8:24. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio. It's time for your Alabama Power Scoreboard Update with the latest scores in the SEC and around the nation. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Crimson Tide. Alabama Power is power for a better Alabama. What a great ball game right now. Nothing better than LSU in Alabama. Great rivalry. Two fantastic coaches. Virtually all these players, a lot of them are going to be playing in the National Football League, and this one is probably going to go down to the wire. Number 8, Alabama. Number 14, LSU, tied right now at the half at 21. Your Alabama halftime highlights are presented by Hellman's Mayonnaise. Hey, Tide fans, score a taste touchdown at your next tailgate with Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Alabama Athletics. Let's start with the LSU Fighting Tigers, coached by Brian Kelly. We all know about Jaden Daniels. He is outstanding. He can get it done with his feet, can get it done with his arm. Pretty much all-dimensional player. 8 carries, 137 yards. He does have a touchdown through the air, a couple of touchdowns as well, including one to Malik Neighbors. 4 catches for 89 yards and a touchdown for Malik Neighbors. Again, you'll be watching him on Sundays here in about a year or two. Depends on when he wants to leave for the National Football League. How about the job on the other side of the field? Jalen Milroe through the air, 10 of 16, 165 yards. On the ground, Jalen Milroe, 13 carries, 102 yards. Jalen getting it done with 3 touchdowns with his feet.
Here now, Milroe ran into his own man as he goes left in a hurry, and he carries it in for a touchdown. Boy, he wasted no time on that play, Milroe did.
Eli Gold with a call on the Crimson Tide Radio Network. Jalen also got one, a touchdown from 23 yards.
In motion, Jermaine Burton goes to the far side of the formation. Here now, the inside dip. No, Milroe keeps it. He'll go down the left side. He gets the perimeter and he takes it in for a touchdown. 23 yards.
Eli Gold there again on the call on the Crimson Tide Radio Network. Number 14, LSU. Number 8, Alabama. Tied at 21. Elsewhere in the SEC, Devin Leary, 3 touchdowns tonight. Kentucky leading Mississippi State by a score of 21-3. Kentucky has never beaten an SEC West team on the road ever. They have a chance to do that tonight. Number 10, Ole Miss beating A&M 38-35. Quinshawn Judkins, 102 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Gun formation, direct snap to Judkins. He's in easily off the left side. Touchdown, Ole Miss, and the Rebels are back on top.
How it sounded on the Ole Miss Radio Network and Learfield. David Kellum on the call. 17th ranked Tennessee beating UConn 59-3. Arkansas over Florida 39-36 in overtime. South Carolina beating Jacksonville State. Rich Rodriguez 38-28. When we come back, I'm going to take a look at your top 25, including a shootout going on right now between Caleb Williams and Michael Penix. Holy smokes. What a ball game going on right now at the Coliseum. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio. This is Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Just like the Crimson Tide, Serve Pro is honored to be the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. With more than 2,000 locations nationwide and over 50 years of experience, Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. To find an Alabama Serve Pro service location near you, simply click on ServePro.com. Serve Pro is a proud supporter of Alabama football.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
8:30 is our time. Brian Houseworth back with you in studio live tonight. One more time in the halftime show with your top 25 scoreboard update presented by Alabama Power. Proud to support the Crimson Tide. Number 8 Alabama, number 14 LSU tied at 21. Big game going on ABC. Number 20 USC, number 5 Washington Huskies are up right now 35-28. In this ball game, Johnson for Washington has 117 yards, 3 scores.
Looking to the sideline now, the offense shifts formation. Penix runs under center, shouts instructions, now backs up to a shotgun formation, takes a snap, handoff, Dylan Johnson, and big hole in the middle, the 40, the 30, he's going all the way. Dylan Johnson, 20, 10, dives for the pylon, waiting for the signal, 2 arms up, touchdown, Dylan Johnson.
Tony Castricone with a call from the Washington Husky Radio Network. They're up 35-28. They are now at the half. Number 3 Michigan leading Purdue 20-6 right now at the half. Number 2 Georgia without Brock Bowers beating Missouri today 30-21. Number 1 Ohio State beats Rutgers 35-16. Taken to the house this season, the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association Crimson Tide football. This week's contestant, Ruth Logan from Florence. If Bama returns their first received kickoff in the second half for a touchdown during today's game, Ruth is going to win $75,000 toward the purchase of a manufactured home from an authorized AMH dealer. Good luck, Ruth Logan from Florence. Don't miss your chance to take it to the house this season. Complete rules, rolltide.com/take it to the house. I'm Brian Houseworth live in studio at 8:31. Next up, your second half kick. Eli, Tyler, Roger, right after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Conecuh sausage is a true Southern flavor since 1947. Using the finest ingredients, Conecuh sausage has a tradition of making great-tasting hickory-smoked sausage for over 70 years. Visit their new gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama, or shop online at ConecuhSausage.com. Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide.
Do you say roll tide instead of hello? See elephants in the clouds? Never wear blue and orange together? If so, there's no better way to show your Crimson Tide pride than with the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card. As passionate as you are about Bama, Regions is even more passionate about celebrating your every financial win and helping you plan for the next one. To order your card, visit Regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
On game day, success starts with a great game plan. No matter if you're at home or on the road, greatness starts here with the Ford F-150 truck. Delivering a rare combination of power and smart technology like the available class exclusive Pro Power onboard, Ford F-150 helps make great things possible. Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. See owner's manual for important operating instructions. Fastest full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds. GVWR.
What does commitment sound like? At Alabama Power, we hear you, we see you, and celebrate you on long practice days, game days that bring us together, and every day in between. Your commitment to making an impact for the team, for the fans. That inspires us to be at our best for the communities we champion across the state. We're committed to this kind of energy. That's power for a better Alabama. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
This has been the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. Full Moon Barbecue, the best little pork house in Alabama. Alabama football is also brought to you by Allstate, you're in good hands. Chevron with Techron. Unbeatable fans deserve unbeatable mileage. Choose Chevron with Techron. Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Alabama athletics. And by The Soup Store, your home for officially licensed Bama gear. Now let's go back to the stadium for the call of the second half.
Tied at 21 between Alabama and LSU as we get ready to start the third quarter. Tonight's game presented by PNC Bank. PNC Bank, a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. LSU will get the football first to begin this third quarter, but when the Crimson Tide take the field on offense, the Domino's Drive for Dough is presented by our locally owned and operated Domino's in Tuscaloosa. If Bama scores on the first drive of the second half, then Sarah Osborne of McDonough, Georgia, will win a gift card to the amount of yards in the scoring drive entered to win on the Crimson Tide Sports Network's Facebook page to be the next Domino's Drive for Dough winner, as we are coming to you live tonight from inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Feel good about your money. Once again, on the call, here's Eli Gold.
Okay, Roger, thank you very much. Hope you folks had a pleasant halftime listening to our coverage, maybe grabbing a hot dog. All sorts of folks milling around in the press box. Always nice to see people.
I tell you who we hadn't seen in the first half of play, and that was the punters.
Yes.
Both offenses really doing a nice job of going up and down the field. Alabama forced a turnover on fourth down and then an errant missed field goal for LSU. Alabama doing the same thing. Burnip has one punt on the night, and LSU has none.
Let's see what happens here as we get set to go. Christian, what the coach have to say at the half?
Well, they got to find a way to stop Jaden Daniels, and they definitely are making the proper adjustments to do that in the second half. So hopefully we'll see that come to fruition, because that was the storyline of the first half, is Jaden Daniels running all over the field. So that's definitely going to have to get cleaned up in the second half.
And LSU gets the football to begin half number 2. Here's the kick by Will Reichert, and we're underway. Fair catch. And Caleb Jackson hauls it in. And the Crimson Tide will go on the defense as LSU heads to the offense. If you're just joining us, LSU led 7-0. Then it was tied. Then Bama led 14-7. Then it was tied. Then Bama led 21-14. Then it was tied. And that's where we are right now. LSU going to work, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Diggs, the running back, gets the handoff, sneaks through on the near side, and gets out to the 30. Tim Keenan will make the tackle there. Of course, I've never been a small guy, ever. Even in kindergarten, I was big. But how these guys get through these little non-existent holes is always an amazing thing to watch. Lacey in motion, goes to the far side of the formation. Bama defense backs up. Here now, the throw on the out route. In and off the hands of Brian Thomas at the 40-yard line, incomplete.
So a couple of adjustments coming out at halftime. Jihad Campbell comes in for Trez Marshall. You also have Malachi Moore now playing that safety position, and Trey Amos on the field as a corner. So Christian Story not starting here in the second half. Still no Jalen Key.
3rd down and 6 upcoming here for LSU. We're just getting going. Third quarter. Tied at 21 all. Empty backfield. Here's the snap. There's the throw across the middle. Complete. 1st down. Neighbors has it, and he gets out across the 45 for an LSU 1st down. Malik Neighbors, man, he is dangerous. He's got 60 catches already on the year.
Yeah, we're trying to get to Jaden Daniels in the backfield. He recognizes it, hit the quick slant.
Now the snap. After the fake inside give, they toss it out right side to Neighbors. He'll make the grab and get taken down quickly by Caleb Downs. Christian, how are the guys doing health-wise on the sideline?
Unfortunately, Eli, Ja'Cory Brooks and Jalen Key are both out of the game. One is dealing with an upper extremity, the other is dealing with a lower extremity, but they will not be returning to this football game.
Well, tough break right there for the Crimson Tide. Two guys very talented. Here now, Jalen Daniels. After pumping it twice, he'll take off and run on the near side. And Trey Amos then shoves him out of bounds as he gets out across the Alabama 45-yard line.
He hitched twice trying to get to the ball to his back, and it was not there. And instead he pulls it to the backside. Tim Keenan's right in position, right where he's supposed to be. But Jalen Daniels is so daggum fast that he's able to get to the perimeter.
And he's 6'4", so he's a load to bring down on top of that. Josh Williams is now the running back. He's there to the right side, now moves to the left side of the quarterback. Here's Daniels dropping back, looks and throws long right side. Beautiful catch made at the 10 by Malik Neighbors. Now there's a question, was he in bounds? Yes. The officials decide he was in bounds.
Is a completed catch. First down.
Beautiful grab by Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, and his arm was, or his foot was starting to go out of bounds, and it came back in at the last second. Malachi Moore was in great position, really contested the throw, but it was dropped in there perfectly.
Here now the snap. The handoff, and Josh Williams spins. He'll get from the 13 down to the 10-yard line, maybe even the 9. Williams from Houston, Texas.
Well, this is where a field goal would be huge, though. You got to come up with a stop right here. Condense the field.
Two wides either way. Single setback Williams. Quarterback snap, calls his own number. Steps up, runs over a couple of guys, and stays out of the end zone because Deontay Lawson and Caleb Downs held on for dear life. But, man, Jaden Daniels just took it on in, and he's took it on to the 1-yard line. Well, no, they're going to say he was actually down at about the 2.5 is where they'll spot it officially.
Still enough for a first down.
Yes. First and goal. They've got 4 tight ends in there now. Markway, Taylor, Pimpton, Galbraith. Low snap. The give, nothing there. They bounce it outside. Touchdown LSU, Josh Williams.
Oh, Dante Lawson had him dead to right in the backfield. Couldn't bring his feet with him, though, unfortunately, because he was on all fours. And somehow or another, Josh Williams able to keep his balance and bounce it to the left side.
Oh, Josh Williams. With a 3-yard run. They'll say officially a 2-yard run. Extra point try now for Damian Ramos. The snap and spotter there, and the kick is up and good, and we've got timeout as LSU opens up the third quarter with the football by virtue of deferring the toss to the second half, and they then carry it down the field. 9 plays on the Bromberg scoring drive, 75 yards in 3 minutes and 46 seconds. And it's now a 28-21 lead for the LSU Tigers here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Cadence Bank, we're here for all 4 quarters and overtime in your financial journey. Whether you're investing for the future, saving for a dream home, starting a business, or just needing to tackle life's financial challenges, we have the teammates, tools, and game plan to help you win. Experience a financial partner that comes in clutch. Visit cadencebank.com to learn more. Cadence Bank. Your team, your cadence. Member FDIC.
Having forklift issues? Well, maybe you need a new lift. Maybe you just need your equipment repaired. Trust the experts at the Lilly Company. Lilly is your one-stop shop for material handling and an authorized dealer for the #1 forklift in the world, Toyota forklifts. From new forklifts to everything else in your warehouse, the Lilly Company has over 100 years of experience to take care of your business. Online at lilyforklifts.com, proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
LSU 28, Alabama 21 with 11:14 left to go in the third quarter. The Domino's Drive for Dough is presented by your locally owned and operated Domino's in Tuscaloosa. If Bama scores on this first drive of the second half, Sarah Osborne of McDonough, Georgia will win a gift card for the amount of yards in the scoring drive. Enter to win on the Crimson Tide Sports Network's Facebook page to be the next Domino's Drive for Dough winner.
Well, let's wish her the best. That means Bama will score right here. Here's the kickoff now to Law, and he'll take it a yard deep, and he's bringing it out. He's to the 15, 20, 25, and he gets tripped up. Otherwise, he would have been gone. He was not more than a stride or two away from taking it off, but Bama's got the ball at the 30 in a good field position there. Just taking a look at the numbers, LSU has scored touchdowns on their last 3 possessions. They began the game with a touchdown, then they lost the ball on downs, and they had the field goal attempt, and then their last 3 possessions have been touchdowns. Alabama has 3 touchdowns, but they've also had a punt, a field goal attempt, and they got caught with the half expiring. Here now, Jalen Milroe keeps it himself, and he'll go over right tackle and gets out to the 35-yard line. 5 yards to go here on his second down play.
Well, you can't press right here if you're Alabama. You don't have to get it all at once, but this needs to be a productive drive.
In the shotgun, Oots in motion, comes to the left of the formation. Here's the snap, the give to McClellan. Jace tries the right side. He'll get 4. He needed 5, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Heavy guys come on for Alabama once again. Going to have 2 running backs. Rodale Williams checks into the game. A couple of tight ends.
Bama 7 of 9 in 3rd down conversions tonight. Here now the give. Jam goes right side. Jam Miller turns it up the right sideline, and he steps out of bounds at the 40 as one Alabama player is slow in getting up, but now does, and that was J.C. Latham.
So we lined up as though we were going to go with a quarterback sneak, and then it was a quick handoff around the right edge to Jam Miller. That's a dangerous play from the standpoint if you get any penetration in the backfield, it's blown up. But Jam Miller is not only able to get to the edge, he's able to turn it upfield and get close to midfield.
1st and 10. Ball is at the 49-yard line. Alabama's own. Jace McClellan is the running back to the right of his quarterback. Here's Milroe. Stands in. Looks left. Loads up that way. Past the coverage man and past Jermaine Burton, the intended receiver, at the 10-yard line. He had Ryan and Sam as the 2 cover men, but they couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, it was a double move shock play, and it just did not develop. And Andre Sam, the safety, was able to come over the edge. That's why I kind of held my breath there. I thought that might have been the first mistake that Jalen Milroe has committed all night long. Fortunately, though, it fell incomplete.
So now it's a 2nd down and 10. Football back at Bama's own 49. 9:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. LSU's on top by a touchdown. Here's Milroe. Throws it, and it's knocked down in the middle of the traffic lane by Savion Jones. Savion Jones He stands at 6'6", 280 pounds. If anybody was going to knock it down, it'd be him.
And unfortunately, weren't able to find a little passing lane. Wanted to get Isaiah Bond on a crossing route. Would have been about a 5-yard gain. Would have set up a nice third and medium. But now instead, once again, third and long for Alabama.
Bama 8 of 10 in third down conversions. 80%. Great efficiency. Here now Milroe under pressure takes off and runs. He's got 45. He's down the near side 40. Down the left sideline 35 and shoved out of bounds. And he does to LSU what their quarterback Daniels has been doing to Alabama.
And it's good to see that Jalen Milroe not trying to force the issue by dumping it off to someone while he's breaking containment. Going ahead and using those guys downfield as blockers and gaining as much ground as you can with your legs.
Another bank first down for the Crimson Tide there. And now it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball's at the 33. Roydell Williams is the single running back. Man in motion. Give to Roydell over the left tackle. He'll go streaking down to the 25-yard line. Nice 8-yard pickup. Booker and Latham throwing some nice blocks there to open up the running lane.
And now because of all the lateral movement, you've made this LSU front run all game long. Now you're able to jab them right up the middle and cut them for a nice 8-yard gain on first down.
2nd down and 2. Football is at the LSU 25. Roydell Williams is the running back. Robbie Oots goes to the right along with C.J. Dupree, the 2 tight ends. Here's the give. Williams up the middle, 1st down and more. He's to the 15-yard line. That was J.C. Latham, who cleared out the whole neighborhood on the right side to give Roydell running room.
Now a couple LSU defenders are starting to check in and out there across the front. But the last 2 plays, Alabama offensive line has really done a great job of pushing that line of scrimmage in LSU's heels.
7:42 to go in the third. Alabama down by a touchdown. Motion. Roydell, handoff, big hole. He's in. Touchdown, Alabama. Roydell Williams found an opening, and 15 yards later, he is through for the touchdown.
Boy, that was needed right there, wasn't it, Eli? The fact that you give up the opening possession for a touchdown, you have to respond. You find yourself in a 3rd and 10, and you're able to convert it once again. And then Roydell Williams on 3 straight runs right up the gut against this LSU defense takes it in.
Now here comes the extra point try by Will Reichard. At the uprights to our left. The kick on the way, up and good. He is now 30 points away from becoming the all-time scoring leader in the Southeastern Conference, and we have timeout on the field. The Bromberg scoring drive for the Crimson Tide. It'll be 9 plays, 70 yards in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. And now we're tied again at 28 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
What does commitment sound like? At Alabama Power, we hear you, we see you, and celebrate you on long practice days, game days that bring us together, and every day in between. Your commitment to making an impact for the team, for the fans. That inspires us to be at our best for the communities we champion across the state. We're committed to this kind of energy. That's power for a better Alabama. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Amethyst and Nicholas.
Congratulations on getting your diploma.
You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Alabama's tied this game at 28 with LSU with 7:30 left to go in the third quarter. Congratulations to Sarah Osborne and McDonough, Georgia. Alabama with 70 yards in that scoring drive. The Domino's driver does. She wins a gift card for $70 thanks to Alabama scoring on its first possession of the second half.
All right, sounds good. Enjoy. Now Caleb Jackson back deep to field the kickoff for the LSU Tigers. And he'll say fair catch. And he will make the grab at the 2-yard line. So they'll move it out to the 25. And that's where LSU will go to work. 1st and 10. And Christian, there'd be nothing better than the Bama defense to get a big-time stop right here.
A big-time stop, Eli, or a turnover. We could use anything right now. It's going to be huge. I think this could be a defining drive right here in this football game, Eli.
Well, let's see what happens. Logan Diggs is the running back. He's the Notre Dame transfer, if that name sounds familiar. The quarterback, Jaden Daniels, signals, brings Malik Neighbors in motion. He'll come to the near side. Neighbors in the middle of the field. Everybody's covering him. Daniels takes off running. Oh, and loses the defender and then gets taken down near the first down. He had himself set up for it to be tackled, but then he just lost Deontay Lawson.
Yeah, Deontay Lawson overcommitted a little bit on the edge, trying to go for a hard hit, and he kind of tweaked that ankle a little bit. He's trying to get back on the field, but Dallas Turner absolutely cleaned Jaden Daniels' clock as he cut back across.
On a 2nd down and a yard, the tight end goes in motion to the far side of the field. Daniels gets a low snap, hands it off to Diggs, and he will go forward to the 34-yard line.
No push.
It'll be short of the first down. Shaheem Otis, Tim Smith, and others.
You know you're going to have some sort of read option here in the backfield.
On a 3rd and 1 play, the snap, Diggs, and that will be enough for a first down. He'll get out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. .608 to go in the third quarter. This game tied up at 28. LSU in the white jerseys over the gold pants. Snap is done. Play action fake and the throw to the near side. The tight end, Mason Taylor, gets tied up by the Crimson Tide. Caleb Downs was there defensively for Alabama.
Yeah, and that's not an easy tackle for Caleb Downs.
No.
Against Mason Taylor, the big tight end in open field, but he's able to hit him low, take away the advantage of those strong legs, and bring him down for a short gain.
And Deontay Lawson is out now. Tresman Marshall back in the ball game. On a 2nd down and 7. 5:19 to go in the third. Motion to the far side. Here's Daniels, steps back, spins away, flags on the play. There's going to be a holding on LSU down the near sideline. Daniels gets shoved out of bounds. It looked like either Emory Jones or Will Campbell were guilty of a hold.
Offense, number 66.
It was Will Campbell. They were both there. And Campbell is guilty of the hold.
And it was on Dallas Turner as he was trying to break away. Definitely got held. Good call. Costly mistake for LSU. Very fortunate. Once again, though, unable to hem up Jaden Daniels from getting loose.
Daniels from San Bernardino, California. Again, he went to Arizona State before transferring to LSU. He's a senior. Empty backfield. 5 wide outs in the formation. 2nd down and 17. Football snapped back to the quarterback. Daniels looks right, looks left, looks up the middle, steps up and throws, and it's dropped by the tight end. Mason Taylor had it. He was wide open, and he dropped it.
Well, sometimes you need a little luck in your favor, and Alabama definitely got it there. Listen, we're rushing forward, but we're unable to get anywhere close to Jaden Daniels. Of course, you also have the fear of him breaking containment. I understand that. But here on 3rd and long, you cannot lose track of these guys and allow yards after the catch.
Kyron Lacey is wide to the far side. Aaron Anderson and Brian Thomas out there as well. On a 3rd and 17. 4:37 to go on the 3rd. Quarterback Daniels looks, loads up, throws near side. Catch made by the tight end, Taylor. But he is quickly wrapped up by the Crimson Tide defensively. And there's the stop we were talking about.
There's the stop. And Christian, with that Raptor formation, you now have Kadarius Robinson there in the middle, kind of that spot. A little more speed on the field for Alabama, which allows you to have more guys in the secondary.
And that's exactly what we need. I mean, the way Jaden Daniels has been able to run on the field, you got to have as much speed as possible. But you also just have to have awareness. You have to have a good feel for him, because this guy is so slippery, as you've seen, Tyler. If he finds one little crease, he's out of there.
The first punt of the night for Jay Bramblett. McKinstry says fair catch, and he'll make the grab at his own 33-yard line. So we have timeout. Bama's got the football, and we are, as we have been much of the evening, all tied up, this time at 28 apiece. Back after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Came to the building for the first time after the shooting. It was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Alabama and LSU tied at 28 with 3:54 left to go in the third quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody. 3:54 to go in the third. It is Alabama 28, LSU 28. And the Tide now with the football on a 1st and 10 from their own 32. Milroe throws on the right flat. Catch made by Burton, who gets around a defender after cutting to the middle of the field and reversing direction. A 14-yard pickup and a first down.
Boy, really nice awareness. The ball got out of Milroe's hand quick on the little stop route. He went inside and, as you mentioned, planted hard and was able to get to the edge and move the chains.
So Alabama in their crimson jerseys over the white pants. on a 1st and 10. Nyblack picks up a blocker, and here's the handoff, and Milroe, I shouldn't say a hand, he got Roydell Williams, who found the running room behind J.C. Latham, and he takes off for that nice first down run.
Boy, it doesn't matter if it's right tackle or left tackle. Seth McLaughlin doing a great job up front. Roydell Williams taking on Omar Speights and dragging him for 8 yards.
Now Roydell stands in. Milroe drops back, lines up, waits for the snap. He gets it, fakes on the give, and keeps it himself. And he'll roll to the right side. And behind Jermaine Burton's block, picks up 4 yards on the play.
It's a little read option there where you can hand it off to Roydell up the middle or pull it to the edge. He elected to pull it for a great gain. He has to maintain and keep being a part of this running attack for Alabama.
2:23 to go in the third. Tied at 28. 2nd down and 4. Football, Bama at the 34 of LSU. Heading to our left. Here's the Milroe throw. Nice grab, near side. Beautiful move after the catch by Isaiah Bond. And he spins down to the 15-yard line. And a 1st down for Alabama again.
Boy, it's really just whatever you want to do. They're so bad at the secondary position of tackling an open field. If you can just get the ball out there, the receivers can make guys miss.
That was a 19-yard pickup on the play. Now a 1st and 10 from the 16. Milroe, quick throw right side on the screen. Taken there by Alabama's Bond. And he'll run down close to the 10-yard line.
And see, and both of these work together. The running the ball up the middle and then spitting it out quickly to the perimeter. You're running these defensive linemen. Now inside the 10-yard line, hands on hips by this LSU defensive front. They have no answers. Now you can gut them once again up the middle.
Bama inside the Chick-fil-A red zone. Wide out to the near side. Jace McClellan is the running back to the right rear of the quarterback. Here now Milroe. Fakes the throw, rolls to his right, and his 4th touchdown of the day. A 10-yard run for Jalen Milroe, his 4th touchdown of the evening. And the Crimson Tide has now taken a lead of 34-28 with the extra point to come.
Alabama has run this play multiple times where you're throwing Jacoby Prentice on the edge there. So Jalen Milroe has the option to toss it to the flat or keep it himself because he's moving. Puts a tremendous amount of pressure on those defensive backs to make a decision, and they have not chosen right so far.
Extra point try by Will Reichard. He's down to 29 points away from the all-time SEC scoring lead. And for Milroe, that's the first time since Brian Robinson had 4 touchdowns against Ole Miss here back in 2021 that the Crimson Tide has had one player pick up 4 touchdowns or more. And we're not through yet. 1:01 to go in the third here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go? I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project!
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Did you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
We are back here in Tuscaloosa, where Alabama leads 35-28. That's the first time that touchdown by Milroe, the first time that an Alabama quarterback has scored 4 rushing touchdowns in a single ball game. So not only the first time since Brian Robinson in 2021, but the first time a quarterback has ever done it in the history of Crimson Tide football. The kickoff to Caleb Jackson is over his head, and another touchback. Christian, what are you thinking here?
Well, Eli, I'm thinking we need another stop because we saw that this resulted in 7 points for our offense. But on an injury update note, Deontay Lawson, who is now back on the field, he went down with a lower leg injury last drive. He was evaluated, and he's been cleared to return to the ballgame.
All right.
But a heck of a job by Trez Marshall and Jahad Campbell coming in and doing it and forcing the punt.
Josh Williams is the running back for the LSU Tigers. The quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Here now the give, and Williams with a man hanging on to his legs. That was Caleb Downs. He drags him out across the 30 to about the 33, 34-yard line. It brings up a 2nd down and 3 after that pickup of 7. 38 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Alabama on top, 35-28. Jaden Daniels watching as his tight end Taylor goes to the far side, and here is a flag, and I think the noise is getting to LSU.
Offense, number 69, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
The center, Charles Turner III, guilty there. That'll be the 5th flag of the day against LSU. I mean, there's nobody in this building, barring the folks wearing purple and gold. There's nobody who's not up cheering wildly. On a 2nd and 8 now with 4 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 2 seconds, 1. That is it. The quarter ends. We're going to the 4th with Alabama leading 35-28 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people just know that a perfect football field is all about the details. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate. Take the head groundskeeper, for example.
Hands at 10 and 2. 90-degree turns, perfect stripes every time.
He knows, because he's done this 100 times. Just like he knows that paying attention on the road can save safe drivers 40% with Allstate.
Saving 40% is based on the national average premium savings for Allstate auto customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and based on how you buy. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Crimson Tide football lives here. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
And your scores are presented live tonight by the folks at Alabama Power, proud to support the Crimson Tide. I'm Brian Houseworth. Kentucky right now leading Mississippi State 24-3. They're going into the fourth in Starkville. UAB, a big win over Florida Atlantic today, 45-42. Zeno, 5 touchdowns. Third-ranked Michigan pounding Purdue 27-6 in the fourth. And Washington has taken a 42-35 lead over number 20 USC. Let's send you back right now to Brian Denny. Here's Roger.
Thank you so much, Brian. The third quarter recap presented by Knox Pest Control. Just like the Tide on the field, the Knox Pest Control experts respond to you with speed. Defend your home and business from unwanted pests with Knox Pest Control. Call 877-KNOX-PEST or visit KnoxPest.com. Knox knocks them out. Game was tied at 21 at halftime. Alabama outscored LSU 14-7 in the third quarter. So Alabama in front by a score of 35-28 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Tonight's game is presented by PNC Bank. PNC Bank, a proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
Total yardage, Alabama 428, LSU 425. Hey, and by the way, last night we went and had a magnificent dinner again at Big Mike's Steakhouse over in Moundville. The whole crew, well, most all of us went, and we had a great, great time. If you've never been, if you have been, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never been, you need to go to Big Mike's. Wonderful steaks and sides. I had the catfish last night. So did Butchie, Butch Owens, our spotter. And it was so much, we couldn't even finish it. We had to take some of it back. So I'll tell you more in a moment. But remember the name Big Mike's, because that's where you want to go for dinner. Here's Daniels with a throw. It's tipped in the air, and it's going to be Alabama with the interception. Alabama with the interception. Great job by Terrian Arnold, who was the tip went to Dallas Turner, I believe, and then Terrian Arnold came through and pulled it down. What a job, and Alabama's got the ball right back in great field position.
Really the first mistake that Jaden Daniels has made, only in the fact that he held onto the ball too long. He could have gotten it to Neighbors quicker on the slant. Sitting here watching the replay, was it Chris Braswell that potentially got it? The deflection? No, it was Dallas Turner. Was able to go up, read the eyes of Jaden Daniels, get his hand up, calls a deflection. Huge turnover.
A huge turnover indeed. And the Crimson Tide now with a touchdown lead, trying to add to it here in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Bama going 1st and 10 from the LSU 25-yard line. Milroe was audibling, and somebody moved in the middle of the line.
False start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Seth McLaughlin, the center.
Snap infraction once again.
Yep.
And a big turnover there. You have all the momentum. You want to find something. Keep your composure right now. You cannot afford to go backwards. These little 5-yard penalties aren't much, but they have been drive killers.
All right, here we go again. A 1st and 15. Ball on the 30. Here's the give. McClellan gets a yard to the 29. And gets hauled down there. Greg Penn came around to make the stop. Let me quickly just wrap up. If you're looking for a great dinner in this area, remember Big Mike's Steakhouse in downtown Moundville, Alabama. It's our headquarters on Friday nights, and you can't beat it. And the service is outstanding. Locations all across the state of Alabama. Gunnersville, Thomasville, Andalusia, Orange Beach, Auburn. Check it out. Here now the give on the toss. It goes to Kendrick Law. Law gets out and down to the 30-yard line as he came around and got the toss from Jalen Milroe, and that will move the chains on a 9-yard pickup. No, it will not. I correct myself.
That's a big game, though, because I think now, with how this game is playing out, you may consider making this a 4-down drive if you're Alabama. 2 downs to pick up this first down.
It'll be a 3rd down and 5. The ball is at the 20. Milroe claps his hands once, then looks to the sideline. Signals being relayed in. McClellan looks to the sideline as well. Now from the far hash mark. Here's the snap. Milroe rolls right. Turns on a steam. Tries to stiff arm a defender, but he's taken down, I believe, with a face mask or the horse collar. It could have been either one. Harold Perkins reached up.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense number 4. The penalty reinforced half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
Wow, how big is that?
Huge, because LSU had to stop there and would have forced the field goal. You know, Jalen Milroe awfully slow, though, getting up, and he's still trying to shake the cobwebs off. And that's a little bit more important there.
Yeah. And I was just looking. He did reach up and would have had the face mask if he wasn't wearing one of those clear plastic protectors across his eyes. So he hand slid down, and he then committed the horse collar pull. So Alabama now, 1st and goal from the 10. Handoff, big hole up the middle. McClellan breaks a tackle. He's in for the touchdown. Robbie Oops threw a wonderful block to open things up, and Jace McClellan picks up the touchdown, giving Alabama a 2-touchdown lead.
Boy, over and over throughout the course of this game, Alabama forced in 3rd and long situations, needing a big play to move the chains. To this point, it's been Jalen Milroe with his legs. This time, LSU aids us, giving us a 1st and goal inside the 10. And for the first time tonight, Jace McClellan between the tackles. Tyler Booker also doing a good job kicking out while he pulls. Fierce runner gets the score.
And now the extra point. Reichard. He is down to 28 points now, between where he is and the all-time scoring lead here in the SEC. It's the Crimson Tide now on top, 42-28, with 13 minutes and 1 second remaining in the ball game. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Dos Equis knows college football game day is filled with iconic traditions. The fight songs, the mascots, the rivalries. The pregame text to your ex for her dad's cable login so you and your buddy can stream the game even though you promised last season you were just about to get your own subscription. Whatever your game day ritual is, make sure you're doing it with a real one. Dos Equis. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023 Dos Equis. Imported by Cervantes Bank Economist, White Plains, New York.
Alabama football all season long. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryant-Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer last year and had chemo and radiation at DCH's Lewis and Faye Madison Cancer Center. I'm thankful for the support of my nurse Kate, my breast navigator Katrina, my doctors, and the whole staff. I have felt confident like I was the most important person there, before, during, and after. Tuscaloosa is blessed to have such an excellent team at the Madison Cancer Center.
Great things are happening at DCH.
Alabama 42, LSU 28, 13 minutes left to go in this game. We just saw Terrion Arnold with the interception for the Crimson Tide, and for every Bama interception, participating Chick-fil-A restaurants in Alabama donate $1,000 to Children's of Alabama as our Picks for Kids partner. That's now 8 picks for Bama and $8,000 for Children's of Alabama. Special thank you to the Chick-fil-A locations in Alabama who are supporting Children's of Alabama this season.
Wonderful work that they do at Children's of Alabama, and all those dollars go to help those youngsters. Here now the kickoff. Fair catch, somewhat belatedly being called by Caleb Jackson. What does all these points mean to Jalen Milroe as far as building up confidence? Or was he lacking any confidence anyway going in?
He was not. You think about the adversity that he has gone throughout this season, almost getting pulled versus Texas, not playing particularly well in the first half versus Ole Miss. He has responded every single time. His confidence has built. He has played an outstanding game here this evening.
Empty backfield. Quarterback Jaden Daniels leans down, gets the snap, gets hit, throws long, near side, and no flag on the play. Malik Neighbors with McKinstry and others on the scene, but there is a flag in the backfield. Christian, what do you see?
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 15. Contact to the head and neck area. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels took a big shot from Dallas Turner right there. In the NFL, they definitely would have called that because he did kind of land on him, but I think they said he aimed at the head and neck area. You know, great job getting pressure, but just got to try to keep it a little bit lower and not get that flag right there by Dallas Turner. But Jaden Daniels is still down right now, and he looks like he's in a lot of pain.
The backup is Garrett Nussmeier from Lake Charles, Louisiana. They roll Daniels over onto his back right now. Nussmeier doesn't play all that much. He is on the season 12 of 23 passing. That's all. 144 yards and a touchdown. He has one carry for 1 yard and a touchdown. Daniels still lying on his back, surrounded by the training staff. They now get him sitting up.
He's woozy.
Yeah, he's very woozy.
You know, a lot of times it's not the contact from the defensive guy that causes the problem. It's the back of your head and the ground.
And then, of course, they would have the concussion protocol to deal with. Daniels is up and walking, unaided, but somewhat slowly to the near sideline.
Dallas Turner did such a good job, a little inside move, but just 6 inches too high with his helmet. He hits him around the shoulder pads or below, and it's still a hard lick.
Yeah, just watching the replay, it was
definitely the back of the head.
Yeah, and it was a good call by the officials.
But LSU gets the ball at the 40 now.
We've got 12 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the ball game, and Garrett Nussmeier will come in now. Nussmeier will have Logan Diggs with him in the backfield. Nussmeier wears number 13 in his back. Gets the snap, steps up, looks, throws on the right flat. Catch made by Brian Thomas, but Terry and Arnold closed in a giant hurry and got the tackle. And now here comes Jaden Daniels back in. So it just took him one play to go to the sidelines and clear the cobwebs out of the belfry. Second down and 5. And there's procedure. Alabama watching as LSU jumped.
Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's one of those everybody but the center.
Yes, right. Emory Jones Jr. gets the 7th flag of the day against LSU. It's a loss in total of 55 yards. Lacey comes off the field. Chris Hilton Jr. He comes in with 7 career receptions. He comes in off the bench. And now timeout LSU.
Timeout LSU. It is their first.
It is their first, and we'll break away with them with 11:59 to go in the ball game. It's Alabama 42, LSU 28 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Like a bold cigar on the third Saturday in October, this is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Came to the building for the first time after the shooting. It was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
$11:59 left to go. Alabama 42 and LSU 28. Our radio affiliate of the game is WNSP 105.5 FM, Mobile's original sports station. Follow the Crimson Tide Sports Network on Facebook. Tell us where you're listening from for a chance to win 2 free meals from Jack's. Thank you to WNSP 105.5 FM, Mobile's original sports station for carrying Alabama football this season. So we check in with Christian.
Another injury update, Roger. Deontay Lawson, who was evaluated earlier for the lower leg injury, who returned to the game, is now being reevaluated again in the locker room, and I'll get you updated as soon as I get that.
And for LSU, Garrett Nussmeier is back in at quarterback, replacing the injured Jaden Daniels. Here's Nussmeier, stands in, throws left side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Logan Diggs, who circled out of the backfield, and that's incomplete.
And Nussmeier, he's been in this program a long time. He's very capable with his arm, but you take away that dynamic, just that Jaden Daniels has with his legs, his ability to extend plays. With him on the sideline, these third and long situations are much tougher for LSU to overcome.
Nussmeier stands on the near hash mark. Excuse me, the far hash mark, and now they call timeout.
Timeout, Alabama. It is their first.
So Bama takes their first timeout of the ball game, and we'll break away here with 11:54 to go in the fourth quarter. It is Alabama 42, LSU 28 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
What widens the eyes, tightens the stomach, and flutters the heart. Adrenaline. Feel it for yourself in the Toyota RAV4, Camry, Corolla, and Tacoma. Lease a new 2023 Toyota RAV4 LE for $319 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places. Offer valid through December 5th, 2023. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 3618 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fee. See dealer for details.
Hey, Crimson Tide fans, it's tough to win without teamwork. And Rocket Homes and Rocket Mortgage are a championship team. Buy with Rocket Homes and finance with Rocket Mortgage, and you could get up to $10,000 toward closing from Rocket Mortgage.
Now that's what I call teamwork. Yeah.
It's like having a great coach and quarterback duo on your team. Visit onlywithrocket.com today.
Oh, let's go!
Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Alabama Athletics.
For purchase transaction only, call 1-833-7-ROCKET for conditions and restrictions. Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, NMLS Consumer Access.org, number 3030.
I've got a hot tip for you, but you have to hurry. Kohl's is giving early access to their Black Friday deals, which means big ways to save for the next 3 days. I just went and got my kids' Lego sets for 30% off, Levi's at 40% off, and with my 15% coupon, I got a Keurig coffee maker for just under $85. Plus, I earned Kohl's cash. So don't wait. Get Kohl's Black Friday deals early and thank me later. Legos and Levi's coupons do not apply. Offers end November 5th. 15% offer valid through November 9th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Alabama 42, LSU 28, 11:54 still to go. The attendance figures courtesy of ATIX, the official attendance for tonight's game. A clean sellout, 100,077 fans here tonight. ATIX is the proud sponsor of the game's attendance. ATIX says thank you to all ticket-holding Crimson Tide fans. And also, Jalen Milroe, that school record 4 rushing touchdowns by a quarterback, the best move of the game, presented by Old Dominion Freightliner.
All right, Roger, thank you. Quandarius Robinson checks in for Alabama at the Sam linebacker spot. And here comes LSU on a 3rd and 10. Football at their own 40-yard line. Garrett Nussmeier in for the injured Jaden Daniels. Tight end Taylor goes in motion to the right. Here's Nussmeier, looks right, throws high and off the mark onto the Alabama sideline. Incomplete. Malik Neighbors was the intended receiver. I'll tell you, this is a whole new game now because LSU not used to Nussmeier that much. And
LSU's going to leave the offense on the field.
They're leaving it on here with a 4th and 10. You know, and at this point, what does Brian Kelly have to lose? Really, not much. They're 0 of 1 in 4th down tries already tonight. This will be a 4th and 10 from their own 40. Nussmeier waits. Defense creeps up. Nussmeier stands in. And the ball is snapped. Everybody had moved. We've got a number of flags flying. And we'll listen in.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
And that's going to be against their center, Charles Turner III. 8 flags for a loss of 60 yards.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if LSU was actually...
Please reset the game clock to 11 minutes, 49 seconds.
If LSU was actually going to go for it on 4th down or not. Play clock was getting down inside of 2 seconds. You know that center saw that play clock ticking down and went ahead and tried to snap it. But either way, LSU has no choice but to punt it away.
They've only had 1 punt tonight by Bramlett. It went for 33 yards. This one is a good punt. Fair catch, says Kool-Aid, and it's going to be caught at the 25-yard line, and that's where Alabama will go to work after a 40-yard punt and no return. Couple of things to remind you about when you go to sleep tonight. If you go to sleep tonight after what could be an Alabama nice big old win, when you go to sleep tonight, don't forget you got to set your clock back an hour. You see? Remember that, Tyler. Set your clock back an hour. That's tonight when you go to bed. And don't forget, next week we'll be with you from Kentucky. It'll be an early morning affair on the air at 8 o'clock in the morning. The Tide and the Kentucky Wildcats meeting at 11 o'clock Central Time next Saturday from Kroger Field inside Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky. Again, airtime is 8 o'clock in the morning next Saturday with an 11 o'clock kickoff from Lexington right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Roger, while you're sitting here, let's give you a chance to talk a little bit about the start of basketball. You guys have got all sorts going on here in the next few days.
Absolutely. Monday will certainly be busy across the network. We will still have Crimson Tide Rewind at 6 p.m. from Baumhauer's in Vestavia Hills, but also women's basketball at 4:30 will start its season against Alabama State inside Coleman Coliseum. It's a doubleheader. The men's game will be after, coming up at 7 o'clock back against Morehead State. So a lot of excitement around Alabama basketball. Not only a doubleheader on Monday, but also a doubleheader coming up on Friday as well, as the excitement is there for Christy Curry's women's basketball team. Nate Oates and defending SEC champions to return to the hardwood. The men's basketball team looking for an outstanding start to season. And one other note, Selection Monday is coming up for the NCAA soccer tournament. Alabama expected to be a national seed once again and should be hosting possibly even on Friday as well. So it's going to be a busy week here at the Capstone.
Yeah, Coach Wes Hart and his ladies have had a good year. They got kind of tripped up at the end of the tournament in Pensacola, but nevertheless, an outstanding season for them. So, I'll tell you, things have really turned over. You know, for a while, not only was the football team went, 17 years without a national title there, from the Gene Stallings days up to the Nick Saban days, but so many of the other sports kind of languished a little bit. Now all of a sudden everybody's playing like champions.
It's the championship school. That's what we do.
That's it. By the way, our buddies over at CBS just reporting that Jaden Daniels, the LSU quarterback, is out with the concussion protocol. So that's where he is, and that comes from CBS. Here now the handoff for Alabama with Roydell Williams trying to find a little running room, and he'll pick up 3 yards on the play.
Talk about turning back your clocks earlier. You're about to see old school football here for the remainder of this contest for Alabama. They'll be glad to pick up 4 yards per rush.
4 yards, use all the play clock, and keep it going that way. 42-28, Alabama leads. 11:09 to go in the ball game. Snap. Milroe picks it up, comes to the near side, tries to run over Sage Ryan, the cornerback, but he puts him down there. Not a clean play from the beginning.
Only a gain of a yard rather, but could have been devastating as the snap once again comes back before anybody, especially Jalen Milroe, is ready for it. Fortunately, they hit him right in the gut, and he was able to grab it and take it forward for a yard.
Bama 9 of 11 in third down conversions. That percentage will win you some football. Here's a 3rd and 3 from the 32. Milroe looks, throws, caught by Burton. Jermaine on the cut inside, and he gets the bullet pass and hangs on for a first down.
There are some games that you play where you're very hesitant to throw the ball on 3rd down and medium because, you have a 2-point score or a 2-score lead. But the way that Jalen Milroe is playing tonight, Tommy Rees has tons of confidence in putting the ball in his hand and letting him do his thing.
Milroe 15 of 23, 219 yards. He's run for 4 touchdowns. He's thrown for none. Here now the give. Milroe pulls it back and keeps it himself. And he'll get out to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the play before Major Burns gets there to put him down.
Omar Spates, I think, had him on a head-to-head. No, you're right. It was Burns. Helmet-to-helmet contact. I think it had as much to do with the fact that Jalen Milroe was actually trying to get down.
Burns is from Baton Rouge, went to Madison Prep and stayed home after going to Georgia and then transferring back to LSU. Here now the snap. The handoff goes to Jace McClellan, and he'll get across the 45 to the 47. Greg Penn will stop him there. And whistles sound, and here's an injured LSU player. It is Major Burns.
For an injured player.
Of whom we were just speaking moments ago. Transferred out of Georgia back in 2020. He was a 4-star player coming out of Madison Prep in Baton Rouge. So they are tending to him right now. Looking ahead for LSU, they go on the 11th next weekend and play at home against Florida. This is their last road game of the year. They wrap up the season with home games against Florida, Georgia State, and Texas A&M. Alabama, of course, next week, we've told you, goes to Kentucky. We'll have coverage starting at 8 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Then they're home in a couple of weeks against the Moccasins, the Mocs of Chattanooga. And then, of course, the season ends with the Iron Bowl at Auburn on November the 25th. So that's what the upcoming schedules look like for these respective teams. I'll tell you, Christian, you got to be impressed, especially the way the team has improved here today. It's been tough, but they have dug deep to get away, to get this win done.
They really have, Eli. And we knew this was going to be a street fight, a dog fight. It's always like that when you play LSU, right? I mean, this is a rivalry game. And so you knew it was going to be a long one. And there still is time on the clock. You know, we still have to finish this game. But so far, they've done a lot of good things in this second half to help clean up some of the things that they didn't do the best in early on in the football game. But right now, the game is in our control. The offense is doing a good job moving the football. And so we just got to close this one out. But so far, some good football has been played in the second half.
Indeed. Major Burns, for you LSU fans, he has walked off the field into the injury tent with the trainers. They'll check on him. Here's a 3rd and 5 Alabama. Jace McClellan, the running back. Well, it looks to be some confusion. He was lined up to the right of the quarterback, then stayed to the left. Now on the snap, Milroe says, the heck where Jace is, I'm just going to keep it. He'll spin around defenders at 50-yard line and carry it down to the 45.
Well, that was a huge play right there. Jalen Milroe recognizing the crease once again. LSU not the best of tacklers. He's able to convert once again.
The bank first down for the Crimson Tide. And they're just letting the clock slowly tick.
Was it 2015 where we saw Alabama go on an 8-minute drive to end the game with Derrick Henry?
Exactly. Here now the snap. Milroe gives it to Jace McClellan. He goes left. He gets into the grasp of a defender along the sidelines. That was Ovi Agufo, who has been the jack linebacker for much of the night. He finally ran him out of bounds. Isaiah Bond threw a nice block to allow him to turn the corner. And it's a 2nd down and 6. Now with Oots and Nyblack in his tight ends. Play clock down to 12 seconds. Jermaine Burton in motion, goes to the far side of the formation. Here's the snap. Milroe on the give, and there's a big hole again for Jace McClellan. And he just goes forward to the 33-yard line, and another bank first down for Alabama.
Yeah, from the first possession that Alabama had the ball in the second half, this defensive front for LSU has had no answers for the running attack between the tackles, and their hands have been on their hips all night long.
And this is what we had talked about in the pregame. Everybody knew this as the story, that the defense was the Achilles for LSU. No question they could score. And, of course, they lose their quarterback tonight. As here now, Milroe gives it to Jace McClellan, and he'll go left and pick up 4 yards down to the 30-yard line with 6:25 remaining in the ball game.
And right now, absolute dominance by the Alabama offensive line. Even when you think it's a short gain, you look up at the sticks, and it's a 3-4 yard advantage to Alabama.
And this is where the big guys love it. It's a cool evening. You know, it's not 100 degrees as it often is here. It's a cool night. You're moving the other guys. You're up by a couple of TDs. Here now, Milroe on the handoff again, and trying to find running room is Roydell Williams, and he'll fight inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Bama 11 of 13 in 3rd down plays here today. The Tide was 43% in 3rd down conversions coming into the ball game. I'm not smart enough to figure out that rate of 11 to 13. It's still darn good. We don't have an entry that says darn good. Here now the give. Roydell, far side. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down.
You got a decision to make here.
Yeah.
4th and 1. I say go for it. End it.
Yeah.
You've been dominant up front. LSU's understanding that they can't win this game. Go ahead and end it here.
And that's, or do you risk giving them the ball back? That's the problem. The Tide's going to stay in. Here's Roydell Williams on a 4th and 1 and timeout taken by LSU.
Timeout, LSU. It is their second.
So a timeout for LSU. And right there, that's a win for the Crimson Tide right there.
And you had asked about turning the ball over. I think there potentially may be more risk, though, in having it blocked, a kick blocked in return for a touchdown versus not picking up the first down here. You've been so dominant up front. I say you put it on your shoulders. You say, hey, guys, we're coming right behind you. You've been dominating them. End it right now.
What do you think, Christian? Christian, just put it away now?
I definitely think so, Eli. I just was looking up on the screen. I think it said we had 279 rushing yards. So if we're having that much success on the ground, Eli, I want to go for it right here and put them away. If it's me, I know they have a high-powered offense. Their quarterback, however, is out of the game with a concussion. So I would feel comfortable going for it right here.
And you're exactly right. 279 yards on the ground. 219 in the air for 498. So Bama's 2 yards shy of 500. LSU at 430, which is not at all a bad output for themselves. But it's just not worked out because the Tide defense has come up large.
Let's go underneath center and sneak it across.
Well, that's what we're going to do. Milroe gets under center. He's got Robbie Oots alongside of him. Oots goes in motion to the far side. He then comes back. Milroe under center. McLaughlin waits. And now timeout taken by Alabama.
Timeout, Alabama. It is their second. It will be 30 seconds.
So the Tide decides to kick it eventually here. I guess they were just going to try and draw LSU or, just set Reichert up for another field goal. And, today we saw something unusual. He missed one. But that doesn't often happen.
Not going to happen twice.
You wouldn't think.
You wouldn't hope.
Yeah.
Well, you got to believe, though, the 3 points here absolutely puts this game
puts it out of
bed.
reach. All right, it'll be a 43-yard field goal attempt. 43-yard attempt. He missed from 47 earlier. This is 43. Heading on the way. The kick is up. Kick is no good. The kick is no good. Well, that's something, y'all. We watch it again on the replay, and it just did miss. It almost grazed the upright, but it didn't. And Will has that look on his face like, oh man. Plus he's left 6 points on the table today. And I say that only because he's chasing the all-time scoring record in the SEC. Here's Nussmeier now, quarterbacking LSU. He'll step up and throw, and that one is caught by Malik Neighbors, and he gets down across midfield and towards the 45-yard line. We'll see where he stepped out. It'll be a 27-yard pickup as they place the football at the 48-yard line.
Well, still over 4 minutes to go. A lot of game left. You have to stay aggressive.
The snap. Nussmeier picks it up. Quick release across the middle. Good defense, though, by Alabama, as Neighbors is taken down by Caleb Downs, the freshman.
And the 5-yard gains are not going to kill you. We talked about open field tackling, not allowing yards after the catch. This Alabama secondary has done a really nice job all night long.
Garrett Nussmeier in for the injured Jaden Daniels. Nussmeier looks right, throws right. Catch is made there by Lacey, and Lacey steps out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 30-yard line. 3 minutes and 35 seconds. And now they're going to say the clock keeps on running here. No first down. Or if he did get the first down, but again, the clock does not stop on the first down there. Here now is Nussmeier. He'll throw it across the middle. And Kool-Aid McKinstry and others were there. Terry and Arnold broke off that defense and made the play.
Really nice timing, though, of Terry and Arnold coming up and applying contact to Neighbors. The ball and Arnold were hit at the same time, but he continued to fight through as Neighbors continued to try to catch that ball.
Josh Williams now in at running back. He's lined up and comes in motion. He's to the near side. Nussmeier dances back and throws across the middle. Catch by Neighbors, but he is quickly tackled at the 28. Tresman Marshall and Dallas Turner combining on that stop.
Boy, and Trez and Dallas Turner love to see that crosser coming around as they were sitting in zone, just waiting on it.
Malik Neighbors goes wide to the far side. 2 wides to the near side. Running back to the left of the quarterback, Nussmeier. He gets it and throws that one all the way away. Nobody was anywhere near. Mason Taylor did a square out, and the pass was straight ahead.
So Caleb Downs came on the late safety blitz, and I think Nussmeier recognized that and thought he had to get rid of the ball quicker. Mason Taylor hooked it up. Nussmeier thought he was going to take it to the corner. Here's your game.
4th down. LSU nothing of 1 and 4th downs today. Here's a 4th and 7. Football is at the Alabama 27-yard line. The Tide leads 42-28. Here's Nussmeier under pressure. Throws near side. Bobbled and it goes out of bounds. Malik Neighbors had it and bobbled it, and it went out of bounds, and that is going to be the turnover that gives the ball back to the Crimson Tide.
It was great coverage by Terry and Arnold. Nussmeier delivered a catchable ball, and Neighbors, for probably the first time all year, just absolutely dropped it.
Neighbors puts his hands up to his face in disgust, pulls his helmet off his head. Yeah, you don't see that very often. So LSU has 2 timeouts that they have already used. Alabama has used 2 timeouts. And the Tide now 1st and 10 from their own 27. Jace McClellan, the running back, gets the handoff. He'll go over left tackle, runs over a couple of guys, and picks up 7 on the play out to the 35. So Alabama. I'm sorry.
No, it's time of the night also. LSU obviously selling out on stopping the run.
Yeah.
A lot of times you'll see a back break free, take it to the house. Be nice.
Yep. And now everybody just waiting and standing around, watching the play clock. 17, 16, 15 seconds. And 1:55 to go in the game. Alabama 42, LSU 28. The fans with a chance of roll Tide as the handoff in the backfield gets a yard or 3, and that'll be just enough for the first down. So the Crimson Tide moving the chains yet again, and a bank first down, maybe the last of the day, as Alabama has had 27 bank first downs, now 28 with that one. LSU has been held to 21 first downs.
We'll have to take a knee twice.
Yep. Here's the victory formation. Once. them apples, folks. How about it? Alabama's going to go to 8-1. 8-1. They'll go to 6-0 in the Southeastern Conference. LSU will drop to 6-3, 4-2 in Southeastern Conference play.
This is a really big win for Alabama. We all thought this game had to stay 30 or below in order for Alabama to have a chance. As porous as this LSU defense has been all night long, a lot of people didn't think Alabama could keep up with them scoring-wise. And Jalen Milroe, we talked about what would they look like if they played 4 quarters.
Yeah.
We got a glimpse of it tonight.
Brian Kelly trots out to midfield. He meets Nick Saban out there. 2 gentlemen who respect each other in a huge, huge manner. They continue to chat, and they'll tap each other on the back and walk away to their respective locker rooms. Alabama wins it by a final of 42-28. And I'll tell you, you feel for Jaden Daniels, and I pray he's 1,000% tomorrow. It didn't hurt my feelings to see him go out of the ball game tonight, though, because let's face it, the Tide couldn't control him.
No, and you heard Coach Saban at halftime say, we've tried everything. We've tried spying him with multiple guys. We just cannot get him down to the ground. So it was not for lack of effort of different options that you had brought to the table. It's the fact that Jaden Daniels is that good and that elusive. He was a difference maker, but I will credit this. He was still in the ball game when Alabama got 2 consecutive stops, forced a punt, and then forced a turnover off of the interception.
Exactly right. So the Crimson Tide wins it 42-28. The final yardage, Alabama 507 yards, 507 to LSU's 478. So almost 1,000 yards of total offense here tonight.
I tell you, we hadn't seen many games like this across the country. The high-scoring affairs, you really don't see a lot of them every single week. But this is 2 pretty doggone good offenses here this evening.
Christian Miller, your final thoughts, sir.
Well, Eli, first, you got to tip your hat to Jaden Daniels. I mean, he was phenomenal, and he gave our defense fits. However, the defense was able to come up with some crucial stops and turnovers in the second half when it mattered most. I was really impressed with our offensive line, Eli. The running game was outstanding, almost 300 yards on the ground. So impressive. But overall, just a really great win for Alabama tonight, getting that revenge here at home at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Now it's on to the next one, but definitely a great outing tonight by Alabama.
Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. So Alabama, a winner tonight. Final score of 42-28 over the LSU Tigers. Jalen Milroe with a grand total of 4 rushing touchdowns. That is the most in the history of the Crimson Tide football team for a quarterback, and the second since a number of years ago when Brian Robinson did the same thing. Impressive, impressive overall. Now stick around, everybody. The Regions Bank 5th quarter show is coming up next. You've got Roger Hoover and the entire cast of characters joining you on the postgame. So we invite you to stick around for that. And remember, next Saturday, it's Bama in Kentucky. It'll be an 8 o'clock Central Time, Alabama time broadcast with the kickoff at 11 o'clock in the morning. The Tide now 6-0 in the conference, 8-1 overall. Final tonight, Alabama 42, LSU 28. I'm Eli Gold. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. The postgame coverage is next here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Picture yourself here. This mental getaway brought to you by visitpensacola.com.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. As much as you celebrate the game, Regions celebrates your financial wins even more. And like SEC fans, we'll never quit. Because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
During the pandemic, we put a lot on hold. One of the things missed may have been keeping up with our regularly scheduled vaccinations. Hi, I'm Dallas Turner.
And I'm Rodell Williams. We're here to remind everyone across the state to protect the entire Bama community by staying up to date with all recommended vaccinations.
Flu season is coming, and COVID-19 continues to affect our community. So don't wait. Vaccinate.
Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM to learn more about how you can stay safe and up to date on vaccinations for you and your children.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Picture yourself here. White sugar sand beach, clear blue-green water. This is Pensacola. It's the way to beach. Experience what's waiting at visitpensacola.com.
On the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Regions' fifth quarter show. Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Alabama football is also brought to you by Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. Toyota, visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. And by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Final score, Alabama 42 and LSU 28. We're glad to welcome you back to Bryant-Denny Stadium for the beginning of the Regions' fifth quarter show. Show your Tide pride and get a win for your wallet with the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card. Order now at regions.com/GoBama. Roger Hoover joined by Tyler Watts. And Tyler, once again, we see a strong second half from this Crimson Tide football team and able to put this game away. But just really all throughout this ball game, even at times it got tough. This group once again stood tall to a challenge from a very good opponent.
Yeah, but unlike other weeks, our offense showed up in the first half. And we had talked about we have got to stay within a score, within one possession of halftime. That was the biggest concern, especially how LSU had outscored all their opponents almost 2-1 in the first half all year long. But boy, this Alabama offense, outside of that first drive, they came out swinging, and this was a different unit altogether. And I think the difference, honestly, was Jalen Milroe. And I don't know if it was something that was discussed or something he just said enough is enough. When they give me this yardage, I'm going to take it. I don't have to throw it. I'm going to be a true quarterback, take what the defense gives me, and I'm going to hurt them with my legs.
And he certainly did. I mean, a great burst of speed as well. Again, a school record for a quarterback with 4 rushing touchdowns, and he was fearless.
It was an amazing night, and you could just tell everyone around him. It kind of lifted their spirits and their game as well of knowing that, hey, number 4 is back here. He's putting it on the line. We're going to do the same thing. So it was just a great gutty performance all the way around. Another one of those things where this team had to answer the bell over and over. You go down, you go up, you go down. A lot of adversity. You had to overcome it. Not sure if you could stop the opponent in LSU in that offense, but you find a way to do it 2 times in a row to take the lead in the third quarter, and then it was just in the rearview mirror the rest of the way.
Played some strong defense, worked the clock. Alabama gets a 42-28 win against the LSU Tigers. Again, we'll be hearing from Coach Saban coming up. We're just getting started with the Region's fifth quarter show after once again telling you the final score, Alabama 42, LSU 28. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tackle your to-do list this season and find the right Aetna Medicare plan for you in your home state of Alabama. With Aetna Medicare Advantage plans, you can get a $0 monthly plan premium with hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage. Plans also include dental, vision, and an over-the-counter benefit. Be the star quarterback of your health. Call us for a personalized coverage review now. 1-833-771-7542. TTY 711.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our SNPs have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment under plan depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Red Diamond knows that prepping for the perfect holiday meal isn't always easy. From making sure there's an option for your cousin Steve from Chicago.
I require a plant-based diet.
To making sure your father-in-law's favorite is on the table.
Boiled Brussels sprouts? Gross.
The holidays can be hard. Thankfully, you've got fresh brewed Red Diamond iced tea. It's the perfect sip of pure perfection that always brings people together. Red Diamond. Perfect, not easy.
PNC Bank is proud to serve and celebrate the places we call home. And to share that pride, we're helping you put your passion front and center with the Crimson Tide PNC Bank Visa debit card. We're proud to support the Crimson Tide PNC Bank. See how we can make a difference for you at pnc.com. Visa is a registered trademark of the Visa International Service Association and used under license. Copyright 2022. The PNC Financial Services Group Incorporated. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. I can make a sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately, in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Tide fans, be sure to join me and Corey Reamer, or even this week, maybe somebody like Todd Robbins on Monday night at 6 p.m. for Crimson Tide Rewind, presented by the Alabama Department of Public Health on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills. Legendary fun, legendary food, Baumhauer's Victory Grill. We'll hear from Coach Saban coming up. Yes, it'll be Todd along with Corey coming up on Monday. Got some basketball to call inside Coleman Coliseum as we're getting into that fun overlap season. Tyler, basketball feels a lot better after a Tide win against LSU.
Yes, it does. It kind of all comes together. You're talking about all the championships, all the different programs here have won over the last 10, 12 years, and it just kind of sets a precedent, doesn't it? So hopefully we can continue this on into basketball. This Alabama football team, though, it's amazing to watch their progress throughout the course of this season. They get better every single week. They are now playing at a caliber of championship to where they can compete for something.
Really are, and in the driver's seat now in the SEC West. Still some business to take care of, starting next week with the Kentucky Wildcats, an important conference game. Then 2 weeks after that against the Auburn Tigers in the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, but they can wrap it up next week versus Kentucky. But obviously you want to win from here on out and kind of get the tone set for a showdown, hopefully over in Atlanta versus the Georgia Bulldogs.
Special time, Alabama picking up a 42-28 win against the LSU Tigers here in Tuscaloosa to begin the month of November. We'll continue with more of the region's fifth quarter show next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood